IRFM wishes to advise that the views expressed on the Cutting Edge are not necessarily those of the company.
Listening to your radio, whoa. Cutting edges on your stereo, yeah. Mutabaruka leads the way, so just you let the station play, yeah. Say your teachings got to hold on me, yeah. Well, this is Kimani and you're listening to, Mutabaruka. IRFM, Cutting Edge. Whoa!
From the colonial masters, historians will remind us that we were first enslaved, that Africans were taken, and this we seldom say. The first civilization to take Africans out of this continent were the Arabs. And they took Africans from the eastern coast. And it is sad that in that part of the world, there are not many Africans who remained, because it was in the business of the Arab enslaver to castrate Africans. We never say that, but we must say it because it is historically significant. Then the Europeans came, the Portuguese came, the Spaniards came, the Germans came, the French came, the Belgians came. Africa became the hunting ground for the European colonizers, and we were the sport. We built, our ancestors built the United States of America. Our ancestors built Europe, and when slavery had lost its shine and sheen, the Europeans abolished it, but they replaced it with yet another pernicious enterprise, the colonization of Africa. The Europeans sat in Berlin, in Germany, in 1884, and they looked at the map of Africa and parceled it out. The British had their share. The Germans had their share, and Tanzania or Tanganyika was their share, as was Rwanda and Burundi. The Spaniards were Johnny-come-latelys in the arena, and they got little Equatorial Guinea and Southwest Africa. The French were here, the Portuguese were here, and we were colonized. This time round, they did not take us away. They came here, and they controlled us, and they told us, not in so many words, that we were children of a lesser God. And we were treated as if we were children of a lesser God. In fact, they told us that on the day of creation, we were merely hewers of wood and drawers of water. And if anybody were to doubt it in 1948, it was more blatant when Hendrik Verwoerd instituted the apartheid regime in South Africa. But yet there is a sense in which the God that we worship never sleeps. The colonial enterprise ran its course, and the European tribes, the Europeans never called themselves tribes, they called them nations, were engaged in a war, first in 1918 the European tribes fought, and they had something called the League of Nations, which died. Then they fought again in 1945. And what is unique about the European nations is that when they are engaged in tribal wars, they call them world wars. So there was another war between 1945, 1939 and 1945. And after that, a new kid on the block, the United States of America, took the lead in saying that colonialism was something that was undesirable. But at that time, Africans were never quiet. Those who had been taken out had already started agitating. Many of us here will remember Marcus Garvey, of whom Bob Marley says, Garvey was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. And many of us will remember W.E.B. Du Bois. Many of us will remember that they started agitating that Africans must regain their dignity and their independence. And indeed, in 1847, in Liberia, a small group of Africans were brought back in Monrovia, and Liberia became the first independent black nation in the continent of Africa. So soon thereafter in Sierra Leone, they also created yet another colony. But Africa was colonized, except Ethiopia, which they tried to take in 1938 and exiled Professor Dr. Haile Selassie, and unfortunately they were defeated, as you remember, in the Battle of Adwa. Africa can defeat European tribes. This history is necessary that we are able to appreciate the freedom that we gained. So that Garvey came, W.E.B. Du Bois came, but there was another crop after the 1940s who had had the advantage of European education. And there were people in Europe also who are beginning to recognize that indeed equality was necessary. And this was not anything new. In 1776 in the United States of America, the American state sitting in Philadelphia in the United States of America declared unto themselves that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few years later in France, after the revolution, they also recognized that we were to be equal. So that the colonized nations which had now taken Africans thought that they were safe. They had taken Leopold Sédar Senghor from Senegal to Paris, and they thought that they were creating a little Frenchman. Little did they know that they were creating somebody who would want to overthrow them. They took Félix Houphouët-Boigny from Côte d'Ivoire, and they thought that they were creating somebody who would be subservient to them. They took Ahmed Sékou Touré and Modibo Keïta, and they thought they were safe. Little did they know that they were creating the future leaders and agitators against French colonization. And it did not stop there. The Portuguese also took Agostinho Neto and Amilcar Cabral and Eduardo Mondlane to Lisbon. Little did they know that those individuals would be the catalyst that would be necessary in the process of decolonization. The British also had their fair share. They took others. They took Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere, Hastings Kamuzu Banda, Kenneth David Kaunda, and many others to the United Kingdom, Jomo Kenyatta. Little did they know that those would be the individuals who sometimes later, and in Ghana, of course, they took the Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah, and in Nigeria they took Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto. There is a sense, therefore, in which these individuals started recognizing that having been enslaved, having been colonized, we now had to liberate ourselves. And the agitation started. And Kwame Nkrumah and his Ghana acquired independence in 1957. And I still can hear Kwame Nkrumah through the vicissitudes of time saying in Accra, Ghana, that Ghana is free and will never be colonized again. But the freedom of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free. I can hear
Nicodemus, Nicodemus, Demus, Kiman at the door and the bar.
This is the Cutting Edge on RFM, and next Wednesday, we're there with you. We're starting out the program like this tonight. You know, then we're there, yes. Serious talk. So we're going to continue the journey. We're going to continue the journey.
It's the Armageddon taking place in the iration, Boy, it's the Armageddon taking place in the iration. In the beginning there was but one concept, and that's the concept of life. Then arose upon the young devil, claiming that it's you and I. And from that day on, there is trouble in the world. From that day on, trouble in the world. We've got wars and rumors of war. Nations rising up against nations. In this world, it's the Armageddon taking place in the iration, it's the Armageddon.
Yeah, this is the cutting edge with there with you. So we start out the program, you know. You know, so we want to play a little clip here for the people, them. We just play a clip a while ago. But we want to play this clip here, it come from television. And it's really a very strange, well, not strange, it's not really strange still. But you have to listen to a reality where we have to accept it still exists in a black people consciousness. You know, we want to heal up Sanjay to just come. Whoa, wait a minute, what? And that's a go on behind me, so. Whoa, I'm mad you come from mad me in the night, yeah? Where at the Shifa? As the program go on, I will explain to the people them why I react this way when I turn around and see you. Okay. So we want, especially Sanjay, if you listen, this little clip here where we're gonna play here, because I find it very interesting that this time here, when people are talking about say, you know, we are talking too much about African, you know, this and that, and we're gone past them stage, you know, when people this and when people that. Listen to this. Believe you me, it's the most amazing clip I ever hear. And it comes on TV. Okay,
Ms.
ready?
Johnson claims her mother caused her to lose wages and a boyfriend. Ms. Johnson claims she shouldn't be blamed for the plaintiff's lost wages.
Ms. Sandra Johnson and Miss Johnson, I take it you're relatives?
Yes.
You're suing each other. No, Ms. Johnson is suing your mother for $600.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Why are you bringing your mother to court?
Your Honor, this woman has made my life a living you-know-what. I'm suing her today for
This
$600.
woman?
Yes, this woman.
Referring to the defendant, Miss Annie Johnson, the one who gave birth to you?
Yes.
That's the way you refer to her?
Yes, this woman.
Well, I tell you what, you won't refer to her like that anymore in this court.
Okay, well, I'll refer to her as Miss Johnson if that's okay with you.
It's fine with me, but not this woman, baby. We don't play that here. She deserves much more respect than that. Whether you realize it or not, she does. Okay, go on. Now you're going to refer to her as Miss Johnson since you don't want to say mama.
No, I can't call her mom. I don't feel connected to her.
All right. Tell me your story.
She showed up to my job in a place that she has no place being, making a whole ruckus, and pretty much got me sent home on the day that I make the most amount of money. And now I lost $600. But not only that, I lost my life, the life that I have been creating.
I have to pardon the little disturbance, but we can't help it, but you have to listen.
I've been trying to get away from her ever since I was younger. Growing up with a mother like her is not easy.
Why?
Look at her. We don't look anything alike. Nothing. I don't even know.
Okay, stop. You told me look at her. I'm gonna look at her. Now I'm gonna look at you.
Yeah, look at
You don't
me.
look anything alike.
No.
Why? Why do you say
Because
that?
she has that dark skin.
Ooh. Lord help me. Jesus help me. Okay, she has that dark skin. So what? What do you have?
I have light skin.
And so mothers and daughters and families don't come in different shades?
Oh yeah, that's great. But I realized growing up that people with that kind of skin has it a little bit harder. And you know, I worked really hard just to keep my life as easy as possible.
Okay, you need to hurry up and explain yourself to me.
Your Honor, growing up with a dark mother was so embarrassing. All of my friends were white. Everybody was white.
Where did you grow
The
up?
guys I dated were white.
Where did you grow up?
My friends were white. Alabama.
And how old are you?
Your Honor, I'm 25 years old.
So what part of Alabama did you grow up in that all your friends were white?
Birmingham.
In Birmingham. And you're 25 years old.
Yeah.
Which means that was in what? 1990 something you were born?
1990.
And all your friends were white.
Yes.
So if you grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and all your friends were white, you didn't grow up with your mother?
She was barely around. She was busy cleaning up after white people.
Ooh.
I didn't want to live that poor life.
Mrs. Johnson, when this child of yours was born, that's over here,
Yes, Your Honor.
where were you living?
We were living in Alabama, Your Honor, and I was cleaning houses for a living, Your Honor, and so we ended up living with different white families as I had my job there.
So that's why she said all her friends were white?
Yes, ma'am.
And she went to school in the area of the families that you lived and worked for. She went to school there?
Yes, ma'am.
And do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
realize and understand why you were able to do that?
Yes, because she was poor and uneducated. And so I had to live a life of struggling. And like I said, once I got away from her, I tried my best not to live that kind of life.
So how'd you get away from her?
I earned enough money to get away from her, and I started dating this white guy whose family had a lot of money.
At what age?
16.
And then you changed your life? I mean, you changed your identity
yes,
or
I
something?
went to college. I got an education,
All
something
right.
that she does not have. You won't see
And
me
is that
cleaning
her
up.
fault that she doesn't have an education?
Yes.
Why?
She's her own woman. I'm not her mother.
You say you went to college?
Yes.
You sound like an ignorant fool.
Doesn't matter.
Coming up on Justice with Judge. We're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
You don't sound like a college-educated woman. You didn't learn anything about history. Did you take a history class?
Sure did.
You didn't learn a doggone thing. Because if you don't understand why your mother was working where she was working and doing the kind of work that she did and did not get a college education, it's because you don't understand your history and what went on in America during her age, a woman in the 60s or 60 and over. And you have the audacity to turn down your nose at her for doing what she could to keep your little behind alive and well.
I just don't live my life as a black person, so
What you live your life as?
I live my life as a person of privilege.
You live your life as a
Similar
lie.
to those
That's
of
why.
white people.
Because you said the man that you went to live with, his family was privileged, not you.
Well, that's the life
So you
that I
living a
created
lie.
for myself.
Okay.
That's the life that I created for myself, and she ruined it.
So how did she
ruined
ruin
that,
it?
and she ruined my relationship with everybody.
How did she ruin your life? And how did we get to this $600 claim?
Because, Your Honor, once I got enough money to get away from her, I moved away. I didn't give her my number. I didn't give her my address. I told her if I wanted to get in contact with her that I'd reach out to her. But no, she is stalking me. She showed up one day to a grocery store in my neighborhood, stalking me down in the aisles, trying to talk to me in front of all these white people.
Oh my God, what a terrible thing.
Well, and then the following week, she shows up to my job, causing a ruckus. And when
What
she
did
did
she
that,
do?
she's just at the door saying, "Oh, there's my daughter. I need something to say to my daughter, blah, blah, blah." And
What
I
was
see
your
her.
job?
I'm a dancer,
What kind of dancer?
a burlesque dancer.
Burlesque dancer.
Yes.
College educated, that's the best you can do.
Yes, I'm still in grad school.
Oh, what you in grad school for?
Law.
Okay. Law? Who are you going to represent?
Myself.
Yeah, you're right. Just you. Because not too many people would hire you with your state of ignorance. So your mother is outside asking for you, not asking, but telling people that's my daughter and I want to see her.
Right, and she said that to my boss.
And?
And now he's asking me if that's my mom. And so, of course, I had to say no, because they can't have people like her in there.
What? You mean black people, you're dancing at a burlesque club somewhere in Alabama that's still racist?
Listen.
And black people aren't allowed?
Your Honor, let me tell you something. My boyfriend found out that my mom was black, and he confronted me about it.
That's
and
good.
When I said no, I wasn't black, he put his hands on me.
Yeah.
And it's her fault. She came here to ruin me.
It's your fault because you've been living a lie. And you won't accept your heritage and your roots. And you will not acknowledge your mother as your mother. It's your fault because you've been living a lie. And your lie got discovered. And it was totally unnecessary. If you knew who you were and you were so intelligent and so sensible, you wouldn't have to live a lie. I didn't live a lie, and I have a college education.
That's great. She doesn't.
Oh, my goodness. Ms. Johnson, I feel your pain.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Rasta. Step in Razor, Thursdays 2 to 6 p.m. Pan Irie. Come with an open mind. Open your mind. Don't just hear. Listen. This is not radio. This is Irie FM. Dangerous.
Step in Razor. This and every Thursday, 2 to 6 p.m. Yes, Rasta. The art of war.
Everything you always wanted to say but didn't.
Forward. Yes. Man called Dean Fraser. Tribute to D.E.B. Ernie Wranglin. This is the Cutting Edge, and I refer. Can't believe that Jamaica produced Great musicians. Ernie Ranglin, one of the best musicians, guitarists in the world. When I talk about in the Caribbean, in the world. Just like how Marcus Garvey is recognized as one of the greatest philosophers in the 20th century, 21st century here, ranked amongst, and it's not just people who is of Pan-Africanist mentality saying these things. It's people who rank people. Marcus Garvey is ranked amongst the great philosophers. The great philosophers. Yet still, we refuse, not we, but them refuse to really accept that the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey should be mandatory reading in schools from primary age level, because pick me right now in a primary school, I read bigger things than that on them computer. So they should make the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey mandatory in schools. I don't know what them waiting for, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Believe you me, it's going to happen. But I want to play back that clip where we just play a while ago, because it did have some sound, and even though people might be listening to it, them go down and say, what kind of sound that in the background, and then distract them. You understand? And we don't, when we are listening to them things, they don't like people get distracted. So we're going to play it back as soon as we give you Pat Clark. Because you know, say this little 5-minute thing has become very inspiring to a lot of people, because she's telling you and giving you facts about Jamaica and Jamaicans that you never know. Last week she mentioned where the lady name, oh gosh man, my brains. My brains. You can't believe it. I beat it, I forget it, I know we forget when we go back. Mary C. Cole. Beautiful. Mary C. Cole. She featured Mary C. Cole last week. A lot of people don't know Mary C. Cole. Them say Mary C. Cole is like the Florence Nightingale. And those of you who don't know Florence Nightingale neither, it's so much things you have to go Google by your Android now. We have enough things to Google. Mary C. Cole. She gave you Una Mars the week before. Amy Jakes Garvey, Amy Ashwood Garvey. All these women was very important and instrumental in the shaping of our thinking and our actions today. But they somewhere them get lost in the pages of these bossy slave history. These bossy slave who prefer to hold up the queen as still as the sovereign, what them call landlord of Jamaica. You know, she said the people them who never left the Commonwealth, not even left the Commonwealth, never left our sovereignty, have enough help for getting on, them can't cause. The problem with this Commonwealth thing is that what is the purpose of a country now in this modern 21st century? I stick to the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is supposed to make you be recognized as part of Great Britain. And if you are from the, it's like if you are from the Virgin Islands, I don't know why they call it Virgin, but we could go on with that. U.S. Virgin Islands, you don't have to have a visa to go to America. You're part of that, just like Hawaii. Hawaii is 5 hours flight from America. And Obama was born in Hawaii. But guess what? He's recognized an American to the point where he could be the president of America. Because one of them things is that nobody who never born in America are the American, I'm going to say colonies, cannot be president. Like so Alwal Schweitzer now, who come from down in Australia, him couldn't be president. But guess what? Obama never actually born in America. He born in Hawaii. But he is an American. So you saw them people that set up them things. So we not supposed to have no visa for go to England, you know. But because we get so terrible, and we have whole heap of people in them prison, they must say, no, we can't afford for them bad feel nigga there. Come up here, so come disrupt with things. So here we are going to do. We're going to latch them, make them have to have visa, make them spend how much now? Yeah, if you want a 10-year visa from America, from England, now you have to pay $1,000 US. If you want a visa, a 10-year visa from England, now you have to pay $1,000 US. And you must get it. See, and if you not get it, you can't go up, you go cost bad until you want back your money. It don't go so. But we are of the British Commonwealth. How come the people them who is from the British Commonwealth have to have visa for go to England? That don't make no sense. No sense at all. I know that if you are a colony of certain countries, you do have to have visa to go to that country because some of them still maintain them colony status. Yes, they maintain them colony status. But the reality of it is that America, Puerto Rico is not in America. Puerto Rico is an island way over in the other side. And them say, if you're Puerto Rican, you can't call yourself American. But the people them talk Spanish. Like the Mexican them. A whole lot of people don't know say Mexico. That place where them call Mexico was stretched into California and Texas. Sanjay, you know that? You never know? Yes. There was a time when part of Texas and California was Mexico. And the audacities of these European people, if you come tell people now, say them is alien, when it's them come there from Europe, them left Europe through religious persecution and reach in America there. Kill the Native American them who they live on Turtle Island quite okay. Them was quite okay on Turtle Island there. Them kill the people them, take with them land, settle upon the land. You didn't know, what them call pilgrims. These what them call settlers. You know how them get the land? I can tell you how them get the land. That's a serious thing. All right, so them say a scout. Them have like 100 of them a scout land. So you for instance, send on. And say you did like how Ochorio set up. And you did like how Bamboo set up. That Bamboo went up in that center. And you like how Brownstone set up. That I never named Brownstone and thing. You them are going to know. Because them do it with St. Martin too, you know. You them are going to know. Them are going to have a race. And them race. And the piece of land where you like, if you first stick your claim to it, matter what ass race, you know. And them ass, you know, and you're going to stick flag in it. You claim that land. Now, this land was owned by people already before them come here, you know. Is a Native American did own the land. But these people go and stick in the land and then claim that piece of the land. And when the true indigenous people come for them land, them kill the people them, and when the people them react, them say the people them are savage. You know, see it? And them themselves start scalp the Indian them, you know. Them start scalping in a history, and them start scalping, you know. And the native them say them must start scalping. When them do that, you hear say the people them are savage. So you look on all a cowboy show now. When me a youth, a pure cowboy show, me remember. John Wayne, biggest cowboy, I'm a big racist too, you know. John Wayne, Indian cowboy. The nice, beautiful, white, creamy, chalk ear looking white woman and her children them in the wagon. Yo, and them a sing a go on and about 4 wagon station, what them call it, the wagon a ride and everybody happy thing. And when you look on the mountainside now, Indian like worries. All right, you remember the man they have 6 shooter, you know. And a good all 4 of them in there have gun, you know. 6 shooter. Say them have 2 gun pan them hip. 6 of them, 4 6s. First of all, 2 6s are 12 gun. And each of them have 6 bullets. 6 12s. 72 bullet. When you look up there, you know, 500 Indian up there, so you know. When the war done, you know, 500 Indian dead up there, so you know, and a 72 bullet, you know. And you see, when an arrow pierces the canvas that was made out of ganja, hemp. I call that canvas did make out of, you know, hemp. When the arrow pierces the canvas upon the wagon, and you see a milky white woman were in there, the arrow stick up in her chest, and she dead. You who have watched the movie there, you have pity for her, you know, and say, oh gosh, look how them kill the woman, eh? But you know, check how much Indian them kill on top of the mountain there, you know, and how much Indian TP and the place where them living, and them going to go burn down the whole of the people them place. So them have way head, you know. All right, so Puerto Rico is part of America. Hawaii is part of America. How the hell these people come own a next island where they over there so and said they is American if you're born over there so. British Virgin Island, US Virgin Island, all of them places, for them places, you know, like Guadeloupe, Martinique, a for them place that, you know, the French place them that. All right. So we are saying now, we who is African people now, and them carry come here so, and say we are sovereign, we are British subjects. We are British subjects. We become British object now. Yeah, we become British object now. How the hell we must now recognize these things when we say where there's something do to we. And when we listen to that little clip there a while ago, a real thing that, you know, I'm not sure because a real thing, you know. When we hear them something there and we still have fight, the struggle around people that say, well, them think they're a long time thing, Rasta. Them think they're not going again. A joke on a joke. A joke on a joke. This is the cutting edge. We want to play this. Okay. So we're going to go to Pat Clark. And you know, as we say, very important part of the cutting edge at this moment in time. So here goes.
Welcome to Jamaican Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. Jamaica is renowned for dub poetry. Michael Smith would have celebrated his birthday on September 14. Though his life was cut short on August 17, 1983, his legacy as a dub poet lives on. Along with Linton Kwesi Johnson and Mutabaruka, he was one of the most well-known dub poets in Jamaica. In 1978, Michael Smith represented Jamaica at the 11th World Festival of Youth and Students in Cuba. His album, Me Can't Believe It, includes his best-known poem of the same name. He had left anarchist leanings and Rastafarian sympathies. Smith was educated at Kingston College and the St. George's College Extension School. He also studied at the Jamaica School of Drama with Jean Binta Breeze and Oku Onura. Linton Kwesi Johnson released some of Smith's work on his LKJ label. Smith appeared on the BBC television series Ebony, and the BBC also broadcast a documentary based on his association with Johnson. Me Can't Believe It is most remembered for Smith's heartfelt phrase, Lord, me can't believe it. Me say me can't believe it.
Me say me can't believe it. Me say me can't believe it. Room them a rent, me apply within. But as me going cockroach, rat and scorpion also come in. One good nose have to run. But me now go stump a high wall like Humpy Dumpy. Me, I face my reality. One little boy come blow him on. And me look on him with scorn. As me realize, say my 5 boy picnic was a victim of the trick them call parties and politics. And my band my belly and my ball. And my band my belly and my ball. Lord, me can't believe it. Me say me can't believe it.
In 1982, Smith released his debut album and performed extensively in Europe, supporting acts such as Gregory Isaac. Mikey Smith recorded a session for John Peel, which was broadcast by the BBC on the 4th of May, 1982. He continued to work as a social worker representing prisoners in the gun court. Smith's outspoken commentary on the isms and schisms of politics in Jamaica led to his life being cut short. Michael Smith was stoned to death following a clash at a political rally which sadly occurred on Marcus Garvey's birthday. He was allegedly murdered by political opponents after heckling a member of parliament at a political rally on August 17, 1983. Linton Kwesi Johnson, during a presentation on Smith's life and work at the Second Caribbean Conference on Culture at the University of the West Indies Mona campus, said, "The late Jamaican poet Michael Smith was one of the most interesting and original poetic voices to emerge from the English-speaking Caribbean during the last quarter of the 20th century." And now, to end Jamaican roots and culture, here is our famous quotation from the Black diaspora. The basic tenet of Black consciousness is that the Black man must reject all value systems that seek to make him a foreigner in the country of his birth and reduce his basic human dignity. The words of Steve Biko. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Yes, Pat Clark. Beautiful. Yeah, man, beautiful. And you know, these Jamaica roots and culture clips will not just stop here on cutting edge. Yes, we're not going to make it just stop here on the cutting edge. We have plans for it. Look out for those plans. Here she talk about Mikey Smith. I hope I once don't know. You see, there's so much things we are here for go Google. Enough Google, you have to go out with. Believe you me. So, music.
Contention. I might not be rich, but I sure got stars. Got some good friends, but still some who hate me. Tell their lies and still that don't wake me. The joy that's inside brings out my healthy smile. Try if you want, can't stop me. Lie if you want, still won't move me. Won't move me, no, won't move me at all. stop me, lie if you want. Still won't move me, won't move me, no, won't move me at all. I know who I am, I don't melt nobody. Underestimate me and you'll end up sorry. The Father will humble you like a child. Oh, yeah. I'm getting stronger, so much stronger. Day by day, I'm getting stronger and stronger, so much stronger. Can't move me, no. So try if you want, can't stop me, lie if you want, still won't.
Boy, may I tell you, you know, say me I look on the girl, for those of you, you can't find it, you know, on YouTube, but me I look on the little girl, you know, and you know, she remind me of Aishana. Believe you me, she remind me of Aishana.
Amidst all the pressures, I still gotta make it. Always pushing the sky is my limit. So keep your idle talk, I don't have the time. There's so much in life if you're willing to earn it. Give you some of mine, but please don't stress it. Awake from the slumber, open up your eyes. Try if you want, can't stop me, lie if you want. Still won't move me, won't move me, no, won't move me at all. So try if you want, can't stop me, lie if you want. Still won't move me, won't move me, no, won't move me at all. I'm getting stronger, so much stronger, yes. And you can't move me, no. Poor as I am, I've got my ambition. Keep my distance from war and contention. I might not be rich, but I sure got style. Got some good friends, but still some who hate me. Tell their lies.
Why, may I tell you, believe you me, that is really something else, man. It's a God time of these modern times. I blame my mother because she born black. And the judge said she doesn't know where it's born in a fair mother time. Why fair mother have to do the work when she had that she now can come now. Come say she is privileged. And her man backs her because she couldn't find out say her mother black. Racism. I mean, it don't ever come no way to her that her boyfriend vexed to her mother black. It don't ever come no way to her. It's like she has seen it as it's her mother's fault. How dare her to come to her workplace with her black self? Because these white people, she's very embarrassed because her black mother come to her place where pure white people there come call her. That is so funny, man. That is so funny. And I tell you the truth, you know, I know I sound weird, but I don't know why I look at this video here, you know, and I look at the little girl and I say, well, that little girl I look like Aishana when she didn't all sleep. You know what I mean? Eh? This is the cutting edge on RFM.
Lying lips of abomination to the Lord. Telling lies, man, make know you are fraud. Oh God, speak the truth and speak it well. Cause it what it will. Cause he who hides the wrong, he does do the wrong thing still. Hey, meekly wait and murmur not. Cause Jah is on your side. So let your baby hate and your navy hate. Cause the truth will be your guide. The truth will be your guide. Oh yeah, yes.
I call my people them forget about Sugar Mine and Rasta. Believe you me, I want them family I do. I don't hear nothing about Sugar Mine at great artists him carry the dance hall. At least those are the times when them call it lovers rap music, dancehall music, go to England and Japan when nobody wasn't going there. Sugar Minott was the one. Gregory Isaacs too. Carry the music going to England, they go make it just easy rocking music. Believe you me.
Speak it well, cause it what it will. Cause he who hides the wrong he does. A message of love again. Me said a message of love again. Why? When me was a youth, me granny whip me and me skin it would a catch a fire. Nearby Fred Tona playing a lynch pack and the music just blazes higher. Cause me couldn't leave the yacht, she said the dance got too much weed and rasta. I love you granny dear, but this a generation come fi blaze it higher. You cannot deny the people's struggle. You cannot deny the people's struggle. Open your eyes, people's struggle, and feel the vibes, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to continue the quote thing. Where we just did that a while ago.
Ms. Johnson.
There's a continuation, believe it or not.
Yes, ma'am. I feel you, pain. So that's the way you say you got sent home because she came to your job and they found out you were not white, but black, and therefore they sent you home because she wasn't allowed there?
Yes, they sent me home.
Where is
because they
this
can't
place?
have people like her there.
People like her.
Yes.
They had people like her because they had you.
Like I said, her and I are different, obviously.
Ms. Johnson, let me hear from you.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry.
You can't talk about whew, God help me, because I feel like coming down there and knocking some sense in your head.
Your Honor, I'm just really saddened that I'm here in the first place and that you and everybody else has to hear and know that my daughter is suing me for $600. And I have to say I'm not surprised.
Really?
I'm not surprised.
Why not?
Because my daughter and I, the best thing about this case, Your Honor, is that I get to see my baby because we don't talk, and I don't see her ever.
Coming up,
She can't pass.
Justice with Judge Maybelline. We're back with the case of Sandra Johnson, who is suing Elma Johnson for lost wages.
So how did you find out where she was?
Well, I ran into a friend of hers that
A white friend?
Yes, ma'am. And she told me that my daughter frequented a certain grocery store, so I started frequenting the store just in hopes that I would see her because I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to see if she was healthy, that she was happy, and I knew that I would be able to tell that if I could just look into her eyes, that I would know how she was doing.
She may be healthy and happy physically, but she's not healthy.
Well,
She's emotionally destroyed.
Well, you know, Your Honor, this happened a while back because my daughter, she's never been happy in her own skin, basically.
That's why I said she's emotionally destroyed.
And because her father, he died shortly after she was born, and he was very light complected. And so she took her color from him. And
She's not that much different than you in color. She can't pass for white.
Your Honor, you must not be looking at me.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at you real clear. And you know good and well you don't know because you're ignorant, but we come in all different shapes.
Well, I wanted my daughter to have a better life than I
As
did.
every mother does.
And, you know, she expressed to me early on that she wished that we were both white because of the challenges that she had experienced in school, and she saw that the darker skinned people she felt were having a harder time, so she didn't want that kind of life. And so
We said that, wanting more, you can have more and better without missing her.
yes,
That's the part I don't.
you see very much, and so we, at home, she didn't like my hair, the way that my hair looked, because as you can see, she has that beautiful, silky, straight hair. But I tried to explain to her, Your Honor, that that God created us all the way that we are, and that as long as we were healthy, that we were blessed. And it didn't matter what color that you are. You know, and I tried to share that with my daughter, but she just didn't want any parts of me.
Coming up.
Why are you crying? So what did you do when you went to her job, when you finally found out where she was and where she worked? Well, feeling a mother's pain and love for her child.
Well, Your Honor, when I went to her job, I wasn't trying to stalk her or anything. I just needed to talk to her and so on. I was just telling the security guard there that my daughter was in there and that I needed to talk to her because I had to share something that was
Did you get a
really
chance
important.
to share it?
No, Your Honor, because the security guard just looked me up and down and let me know that
You weren't welcome.
I wasn't welcome there.
You want to share it now? Since she won't allow you to share it elsewhere?
Yes, Your Honor.
What she got to say?
What'd you say?
I don't want to hear what she has to say.
You got self-hatred. You're living with self-hatred. Trust me, I know it, because I lived with it. I didn't like my thick, nappy, quote, hair, my big nose, my dark skin. I know what you're feeling. But the way you're dealing with it, lying about who you are and what you are and your parentage and your heritage is not the way to handle it. You got to learn to live with the skin you're in. Do you realize that? Do you realize that?
I realized that I was happy before she came.
You don't have to hate yourself. You're beautiful as you are, no matter what skin color you are, but the beauty comes from within, not from without.
Mm-hmm.
And you're nasty within. And that's because you are hurting and don't like yourself. But you can get some help in dealing with that. But not listening to your mom and hating her. She was born the way she was born. Did she have control over that? No way. Now, I understand from what I read, what your mother has to tell you is something very private about her health. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
And I don't know if you want to share it with the rest of the world. But I'm not so sure that she'll let you sit and talk to her.
She got to say what she got to say now.
Say it.
I went to my doctor because I hadn't been feeling that well. And he took one look at me and saw that my color was different, that I didn't look good, and he asked me what had been going on. And so I shared with him that I was so worn out and stressed out because I didn't have a relationship with my daughter. My blood pressure was high. Everything was going wrong, so the doctor ordered several tests for me, and I took those tests, Your Honor.
What's the diagnosis?
And the diagnosis was terminal, Your Honor. And I needed to, that's why I was at the club, Your Honor, so I could talk to my daughter, and I could share with her, and I could tell her what was going on with me, because I wanted to be able to say goodbye to her before it was too late. I wanted to let her know that I loved her. I wanted her to know that I forgave her for all the hurtful things that she said to me. I love you, baby. You're always going to be my baby. I don't care what has gone on before. So that's why I was there.
Why are you
trying to get her fired.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
What you feeling?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Judge Mabeling's verdict when justice with
Order? I'm not ordering your mother to pay $600. You lost your job because you lost the night shift and the $600 because of your lies, because of your dishonesty. Had you simply said to that man, yes, that's my mother. Can I have a minute to go talk to her? He probably wouldn't have told you to go home. But that was the only way she could get to see you. You did that. So, judgment for the defendant, I'm denying your claim, but I'm ordering you to go sit down and have a conversation with your mother. If you don't want to talk, just let her talk and you listen. Now that's the order of the court.
Wow. I tell you, that is something else. That is something else. Believe you me. it make me feel, it make me feel funny, Rasta. No, you know what make it me worse now is that the woman, I got there, feel like she got there, she have what, cancer, terminally ill, she say, and she just want to go see her daughter just to say, yeah, me love you, you know, and you know, wow, yeah, that clip that touched me, that clip that really touched me. The struggle long. Yes, believe you me.
Oh yes, it's been happening and still happening, and we don't want no more, boy. No. Yes, it's been happening. Walk down, travel we don't want no more at that. Oh no. Travel I know that we are defamed. See, I give Jah praises in the morning, alone at my day, when I hear the people say, wait. They start sitting up and the licking come. One by one they'll take a little stop, saying that the war is over. No more war, boy. We now see ourselves in a unity, celebrating with a better connect. Now that the war is over, no more war. Travel war. No, travel, say I know that we are defamed. Oh no, we now see ourselves in a unity, celebrating with a better calling of that the war is over.
Yeah, we're gonna take some call, yeah. We're gonna take some call, believe you me. Wow, me gonna take some call, you know, yes.
Well, no, we don't want no more at all.
Yeah, this is the Cutting Edge on RFM. You know, there's so much things where that there is a conference going to keep in Ethiopia in October, yeah, in October. And we know that a lot of ones is going over there to really take part in that conference. We also know that next year, and my boss don't know yet. My boss don't know yet, but through a long time I work hard now, we can do things and then tell her. Don't try to tell us Ajay. Don't do things and then tell her. No. Me can do it, right? Me I work hard now for years now. Yes. Maybe half of your age. From she was half her age, I know, I work hard now. So, me want her to know that we will be broadcasting live from Ghana, Stepping Rays and Cutting Edge. She don't know yet, but I hope she listening, you know. Cutting Edge will be broadcast live from Ghana, and the Stepping Rays will be broadcast, just like how we do it in the Ivory Coast. We're going to broadcast live from Ghana, so we want to look out for that. Okay, we're going to take some call, you know, light up the year, but at 12 o'clock, not 12 o'clock yet. All right, we don't want to take the call until 12 o'clock. Gone, because we don't want to start a conversation, and we don't want to hear God call or King James call, and then we have to go cut him, because we don't want nobody complain, say, boy, right now, Muta, you see, you know, one, we talk, you know, that's why you cut your ass up. But we see some things are going on in the earth, you know, where we really have to take a stock. We really have to take a stock, you know. Because, first of all, starting out in August with this eclipse, I mean, know people say it happen all the while and all them something there, but the moon have a lot of things to do with situations on earth, especially water. Water is something where connect with the moon. And you see, from the eclipse they go on, I say, something I go happen. But maybe it's not even that cause it. Because we have to speculate now how these things are happen where it's like phenomena where nobody never see it. Like 3 hurricanes straight where in a serious category. And then in the middle of that, earthquake lick Mexico twice and Jamaica once. You didn't feel the hurricane, you didn't feel the earthquake, which part did they? You did that town? Okay. Earthquake lick Jamaica, them say a 4 point something. And earthquake lick Mexico, including the flood, including the wet name they were going there. So a mudslide in a Sierra Leone, where them still the people them find was about 500 body. Yes, in a Sierra Leone the other day. Mudslide. For those of you who never know, there was a mudslide in a Sierra Leone. Them find now 500 body and about 1,000 people missing. Them still a grapple with that. Then over upon the Asia, flood. I mean, that happened all the while, the monsoon time season happened all the while, where them over nearly 2,000 people dead and 40 million people dislocated. 40 million people. Come on here, so now. Things where we're not used to. One hurricane come, boof, tear up the people them, place. Mash down place, everything destroyed on one little island, Barbuda. It mash up, people have to evacuate. So here what the problem is now, they might evacuate some people from one island, for go to the next island. And by the time they might do that, the next hurricane come. And they might evacuate back the people to the next island. And the place where them evacuate the people, the hurricane come and lick the place. 2 hurricanes straight, category 5 plus. Because here the people them are saying, no, it's time now them start to deal with hurricane past 5. Because the one named Irma was 5 plus. And then, what other one named Maria come now and lick the place again. Dominica mash up. Beautiful Dominica. Me love Dominica. Trust me, man. Mash up. Puerto Rico. Mexico now. Earthquake upon top of the flood where them have the one of them go around Mexico will never reach on the Caribbean, Katrina, Katia, some name like that. The one that never reached the Caribbean and they go around on the other side and go lick over there. So it's like the hurricane them have sense now. They might decide, all right, we come match up over there first. the hurricane them move like an organized thing. Like it organized. Like it's an organized thing. I mean, I don't want to get conspiracy in my brains, but one has to look on these things. Because it's man creating disturbance in the atmosphere. We said it last week. Chemical germs, chemical warfare, and experiment. And him making nature react in such a way where him can't control it. It's like Frankenstein. Anybody who know about the story of Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, him create a monster, and the monster get out of control. And most of the movie them where you see, with what them call artificial intelligence, now is a new term now, AI, Steven Spielberg have a movie I come down. That's Steven Spielberg. Yes, not Steven Spielberg. What name? What about the name Steven? We always have the arrow. Him do a whole heap of arrow things, man. I know Steven Spielberg. Steven. All right, I still find him name. I still remember him name. But the thing now with this artificial intelligence where people hold on pan now, is that every movie where you see the robot or the machine start to get more intelligent than human being and now move away from man little whimsy little ways and start to deal with him own thing. One cannot forget the movie named Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is a very interesting movie in that man go in a space and him land upon this land where his apes rule like men. And now the ape them now is in a sense where man used to there, and then man now become the place where them usually put animal in. But the problem with that is that the last part of the movie, them show you say the space rocket never did leave Earth. It just go in time. So when them look upon the speech, them see the Statue of Liberty and them just realize, rotted. The thing never leave Earth, But there's a time in time where is the ape them take over the country, take over the world now, and it's them a rule. And them not really treat man like how man used to treat them. But them start to treat them away when them look like say them hostile. Man is hostile towards them. But this artificial intelligence thing we are going now, where man are create. Because all of these things, even people want to talk about divine this and divine that, A whole heap of these things has nothing to do with no divine intervention. It has something to do with how man treat the earth. The earth is mother. Every indigenous people upon the planet recognize the earth as mother. And we see that Europeans come and divert the thing from a mother and make it become a little playground where them can't feel that them can't do anything with it. And I tell you already, you see when all are going, you see when the earth belch, when the earth can't take no more and start to cry, when the earth can't take no more and start to cough, and nothing start happen, we're going to come forward. The time is 12 o'clock. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. We're going to talk about the idea of the earth and man. And what we say, insecure white men doing on the planet, and don't recognize that if them keep doing it, because I hear people that say the earth are going to get destroyed. Man can't destroy the earth. But what man is doing is to make it miserable for human beings to live on it, and them going to kill out themselves. Because the earth going to react. As me and Sanjay talked a while ago, it's like a disease in your body, right? And we are talking about it, it's like a disease in your body, And if you don't stop doing the things them to make it happen, it's going to continue to take over the whole of your body. That is where I go on at the earth, that even though these things used to happen over centuries and centuries since the earth began, what is happening now is too aggressive for we just leave it to us where people call natural cause. And people want to talk about the act of God. And I keep saying, if a person sit down and think about it, think about the idea that this benevolent, loving, kind, generous, omnipotent, omnipresent God is going to wipe out people and them way of life because him want to. It's ridiculous. If you can really think about your precious God that way there, say him going to now look for that whole island and millions of people Most of them poor. Most of them who always go to church. And just wipe them out so. To prove what? What is it that this divine being is proving when it wipe out nations and cities? Because if you look in at the Bible story tells about Noah and the ark. You see how we are going now, and now me realize that the Noah and the ark story no work out for me, you know. The things that we are going now in terms of how the rain fall and how it washed over this. So, all right. Look at the story with Noah and the ark. We was led to believe, or we are led to believe, that the people them upon the earth get so wicked and turn away from God, that God is going to save 8 people in an ark and kill every living thing upon the earth. Every living thing upon the earth, you know. Is this God supposed to make the people them, you know? And you tell me, say, in his knowledge and knowing how this little dolly will make, go and go react. You tell me, say, never know to them to go react that way there. That him have to go have a mass destruction now. To prove what? Because I'm going to save 8 people, you know, and put them outside of the ark now and say, look you know. All right, the next time, I'm not going to destroy the earth with water, but I'm going to destroy it with fire. And then guess what him do now? Him have a son. And him take the son and go sacrifice the son to human beings, you know. For prove what? What is this? Or we can grasp round that. For no say, you have a son and you go hold him at a liquid sacrifice now for save the earth, and then the earth don't get saved. Because you still say you go lick the earth with fire. So this man, this son supposed to now shedding blood for the world that all of it might be saved. Yet till you have more people now we go against that now, this idea, than to say, all right, we're going to accept that. So you know, it's going to get bitter now according to the generation, because I hear them say now, you have Christians who believe, say, the reason why the flood has licked certain place is because the people them wicked. But them say, Jamaica bless. Jamaican people, you know what you not say, you know. You see this arrogance of righteousness. You see this narcissistic behavior of Jamaican people where always I say, we're blessed. Maybe our destruction is not water and breeze, but murders. Because we have the highest murder rate in the Caribbean. Maybe we are being punished by the crime rate. 1,000 odd people dead in 1 year. I don't know no Caribbean island where the flood we just gone kill 1,000 odd people. Even the little island named Barbuda, we have 1,500 people. I know you say none of them dead. The place mash up, but them gone on next island next door to them. You know, see, we hear about 2 people dead there, so Dominica must have 5 people dead over there, so it should have been interested to find out how much people get murdered in another island there since the year start and compare it with Jamaica. So all the people them want to say Jamaica bless. What kind of blessing of a country where kill each other, where God's supposed to be in the next person where you look upon, where you kill? The youth not say himself is the next person. All him sees that him have a gun in him hand and him going to make a ghost and him just do that. So how come that a go on in the country? People I kill one another. 1,000 odd, 100 odd people dead in a 1 month. They call that worse than storm. Because your people are, everybody when you hear talk about the storm, and they say, well, at least we have life. That is what I'm saying. Everybody when you hear come on the radio, from St. Martin, from Florida, from all over the place, you hear them say, well, you know, the place mash up, you know, but at least we have life. So life, the destruction of life, is the worst form of judgment. The destruction of life is the worst form of judgment, not the destruction of property. And human beings understand that. So, when you hear Jamaica now start to get pump up, look on the murder rate in a Jamaica and tell me, because this murder rate is not just in one country, parish. Because I remember when country people used to say, I got town, you have too much killing, I go on a Kingston. A place like St. Elizabeth, when we just start going to St. Elizabeth, you have the couple people that said, no, sir. Me remember one time, me have a bridge, a bridge, you know, him used to do some balancing and thing, him balance chair and all, him forehead, once, balance a whole heap of things. And we I say, you know, say, if come a town, and make show people where you can, them say, oh, no, sir, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to come a town. I mean, you whole heap of man that get killed at town, man that kill people. St. Elizabeth full of murder right now. Trelawney, Hanover, places where you don't never know that it's Clarendon. You used to hear about Clarendon? You never used to hear about Clarendon, Rasta? No, every day you hear about Clarendon, and when you hear about Clarendon, a murder. So I don't know this argument about Jamaica blessed. Maybe we have to rethink what is blessed. We have to rethink what is blessed. When somebody say, you're blessed. You're blessed means say what? Means say your place blow away, but you're never dead. Because that is how people see it, you know. Them house blow away and them say, well, God know where my do, at least we're never dead. Thank God. So God blow away your house, you know, where you can't live in now, and you have to thank God now. Say, maybe him never blow away your car. But you know, so my car match up, but me still have life, and my fridge still at work. And now people in Florida are beg to them land like, you know how long we are live without light? You know how long we live a country without light? Years we live a country without light. You understand? And people in Florida, Jamaican too, you know. Jamaican people in Florida, but when you know the light gone from the hurricane, like I said, the wickedest thing God could have done to them is if we get rid of the light. This is the cutting edge on RFM. It's weird. It's weird. We really have to confront the situation, you know, because we did talk about. This is the next scenario we are going to put, you know. Apart from saying that we're blessed, and we not see it as blessed because 1,000 odd people dead in Jamaica since the year start. I don't know no Caribbean island right now where 1,000 odd people dead because of Irma, or because of, what's the other one name? Maria, or because of, where the one that go before, Harvey. I don't know if 1,000 people dead in the Caribbean because of these. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you add up all the people that were dead in the Caribbean for the two worst hurricanes that were hit this part of the world for the past how much years. I don't know if it come up to 1,000 people. Yet still, 1,000 people and over dead in Jamaica since the year start because of Jamaican people, I killed Jamaican people. So I don't know. The next scenario is this now. Maybe, I am not a prophet of doom, but I'm looking at all the possibilities. Maybe, when they talk about 5+ hurricane, and Irma was a 5+, and Maria name, right? Maria, yeah. Maybe Maria, them say Maria did reach 5 and it dropped down to 4, but it still behave like a 5. Maybe the worst one is yet to come, and that worst one might not lick Haiti, might not lick Cuba, might not lick Martinique, might not lick Florida. but it might lick the one we never have none. Where everybody has said, it now come. That's when them tell you, say, prepare for it. Here people have said, but I prepare for nothing, yeah. Oh, you know what, them say hurricane not come and it not come. All right? Maybe the one we're going to come. I mean, everybody think it. But we have to know what we are doing. We have to know how we think, how we behave and how we react. Because, trust me. Yes, EL. Cutting edge. Him gone. Him dead, man. Him dead, eh? All right, maybe I listen to the radio still. You there on the phone, brethren? All right. Make us see. Them dead, you know. Maybe I listen to me attack and it'll take long for him done listen to me when we done talk already. All right. Sir. We have to understand our conscience and our consciousness and how it fit into the natural order. There is a natural order. There is nature. And if we can communicate with nature, if we can look upon the flowers them and the tree them and say good morning, how you do? Breeze go and blow down the tree them. And you know the thing with it? Sometimes the tree not get rooted out, but all the top limb broke off and blow away. But guess what? You see when the breeze done blow and the rain done fall, look how much time we say that happening at Jamaica. When you look on the place, the other day I see one half-dead hurricane come here where everybody did a ball say, Lord God, look what happened to the place. And when you look on the hillside, I see some house I never usually see on the hillside. That me I say, wait, that's so much house up on the hillside there. The whole of the tree them come down, but here the thing with nature, you know, that when the limb them off of the tree blow away and even left no leaf not upon it, the tree them grow back. The tree them grow back. But you see, when one life, when the tree limb lick somebody boof and him dead or him never come off of the gully bank, when them tell him say, breeze a go blow and water go wash down the gully and it go rise from the gully bank and watch where the house left the gully bank. Man I say, oh, me nah left there. Me just buy me flat screen TV and coats. Me owe coat feet. You want me to left me flat screen TV? That is the problem. That is the problem. You and your flat screen TV will be no more when nature rise above the concrete where man put there and show you, say, look, you know, a minimum nature. This not have nothing to do with divinity. This have something to do with the natural order of things. That means that if you do something one way, it's going to react the same way continuously if you keep doing it the same way all the while. Yeah.
Greetings are Congo.
Why them attack over this? That's where I go on.
Greetings are Congo.
So why them attack? I mean, I hear them over here, so.
What happened to them telephone operator, yeah, man?
So,
you know, so when Johnny is not working, man.
Like somebody don't look like them attack to me, though.
You know when Johnny is not work, man. Because them other telephone operator, a joke, never joke, man.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. This idea where people have where I say, we bless, man. See the hurricane move, like last year, when the hurricane did shift and go somewhere else. And everybody did that. Yeah, go like you never ban. What you mean? You never ban? You know you talk about like you don't know what I say. Yes. It's like all Mr. Alfie said the meteorological service I work with the Chinaman shop. Because every time the meteorological service says something, everybody would go to Chinaman shop. It look like they might get percentage off of the Chinaman shop. But here what though? So be it. You say you have to take sleep and mark that. You see we're going to the Caribbean, I bet you any money. If the meteorological service say hurricane head for Jamaica, nobody now going to take it like a joke business again. Because of we're going to the Caribbean. Because of we're going to the Caribbean, anytime Jamaican hear say a hurricane a come, them going to take it serious. You have to take it serious, but some now go move off of the Gully Bank. Yes, Ian.
Greetings out Congo. Greetings out Congo.
All right. I don't know.
What's the fuck?
What? Yeah, I don't know where I'm going there, so. Me I tell you, say, continue the conversation. Nobody now going to take it as joke. The next time them hear say a hurricane reach Jamaica. You're supposed to take it serious. It's better you prepare for the hurricane and it don't come than don't prepare and it come. That is a logical deduction. That's a logical deduction. Because we're going to the Caribbean and no easy thing, you know. And no easy thing for your whole island. Mash up, you know. Even though the island not big, you know, but it's not an easy thing for the whole island just mash up. And as them go for say, all right, I could see how we're going to fix up the island back. And next one just come again. Terrible, 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 terrible. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. A man basically just called me from England and I said, Muta, them I hear the caller, but me not hear them. So I think I rectify the thing. So I can say if I really rectify it. All right. Ill. I rectify it. Ill.
Ill.
It rectify. Not an engineer too. Oh, no. I'm going to give me more pay at all. Engineer method. Yes, Ill.
Yeah, man. We love the program. We love where I talk about.
Yes.
And the thing I'm going to try for us reason upon is this. We keep on hear people talk to the youth them for go to school and get education. But the thing is, you have to kind of understand what type of education. Because I feel that the education where we have right now in the schools put we at this point right now where everybody individualized and not even understands the youth them, your mind. We kind of dip on our levels where we need everybody to move collectively with our mindset saying Africa. You see what I mean? Because the way we are move right now is like say when you get the education, it's like you're going out of the system. You find yourself in a system where set up.
Yeah.
To keep you upon a levels where work against yourself.
But that happen. You know, so the education work against we.
Yeah, the education. So that's the thing I try to say. So I mean, where it's like we have to go revamp the thing. So I mean.
But I want to tell you upon another level too, you know. The youth them was teenager now who are going to look for a job 20 years from now. When them are learning at school now going to be obsolete 20 years from now, you know. Because all them little cell phone where we are using, because all right, I'm going to show you how the thing get weird now. My computer give me worries that day, and I carry go my brethren. Very, very a genius when it come out to fix computer. And I say, you want to see my computer now rip the CD them again? And them say, rip CD? How we are talking about CD obsolete? The man tell me, him carry me, go show him computer and them say, you know, so them make computer thin now. CD can't go to them computer. You know what that mean? It means say those who are study about computer 20 years from now, for them knowledge going to be obsolete, it will have no relevance. It will come like your granny and try to learn how to use cell phone. You understand? Yeah. So even apart from the indoctrination, where them indoctrinate way into for them little way, the science and the technology going to be so advanced. Me not even say 20 years now, because 15 years from now to rotted. Because I remember where I come from with cell phone, where I come from with phone, you know, we used to stand up a corner in the cold, in a hot sun, and try and make call, you know. A phone booth. You remember them phone booth there? Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember them days, man.
No, a man just a walk and I watch him go. I bounce up on a light post and I drop all in a hole with cell phone and I'm here to walk across the road. And when you tell him to ball, move and stop using cell phone, him tell you what part of your mother forgot to do this and which part of your mother forgot to do that. So, even though we have a school system, you know, we are telling people about education, and where you are learning at school now, going to be of no relevance 25, 30 years from now.
No, right. So them the things I'm going to talk about. That's what I mean.
Yes.
And the youth them need to deal with it. And it's to me, mostly on YouTube, me listen to our brethren named Nam Chomsky.
Yes.
Him is a professor at MIT, and I'm mostly him educate me and I'm gonna say show certain knowledge of stuff where I go on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the system.
When name?
Set up, you know.
Where's him
Nam
name?
Chomsky. Nam Chomsky. Him is a professor at MIT.
Okay, all right. I must find him.
Yeah. So.
All right. Give thanks, Bridget.
Them the Monday and him and Amos Wilson.
Yeah, we know Amos Wilson for a long time. The late Amos Wilson.
Right. So them they put me upon a level, that's what I mean. Although I love your thought, them are reasoning, you know, but...
Yeah. No, man, you forgot it. No, that's why we talk here, that you can't go there, so, man.
Yeah, man.
We are saying you go there, so when you hear, we are talking, you know.
Yeah, man, it goes...
All right, give thanks, Bridget.
Yeah, man, protection and take care.
Yes. Mark my word. I will know what I say. I will not... Me not go there 50 years from now. But maybe the little daughter she not go there 50 years from now, neither. Believe you me. But you see, 50 years from now, those who's in them teenager will be my age. You think say 50 years from now, you're gonna have cell phone and itch up in your ears? No, sir. No, sir. You're not gonna have no cell phone and itch up in your ears. Because if the man them make chip, them have chip where them are making, you know. Some employees start to use those chips now, you know. I read an article where them say there is a company now where experiment with the chip, you know. What the chip does, them put it inside of you. And you can't go anywhere on the compound. You can't open the door them by your presence, you know, the chip sense. You don't have to have no key. You don't have to have no password for turn on your cell phone. Can you remember the first time we used to go in a hotel for go use internet, you know, we have to pay all $12 for 1 day. 1 day you use $12. Now most hotel where you go in, them say, oh, Wi-Fi is in the room, you know, and you don't have to have a password. So the password thing is that thing at the part, and here to them do a thing now. The scientists, them, well, not even scientists, the technologists, them are trying to make America Wi-Fi free. Them are going to free up the Wi-Fi. That means that anywhere in America you're there, you have Wi-Fi connection. So it's not like, say, them think that they're far from now, you know. Where we are doing so now, come like primitive things 50 years from now. 50 years from now, all we have in front of us, so CD player, computer, each up on the corner over there. So all them things they're going in a museum. And said, this is what we used to use in the year 2017. Them things are going to be obsolete. So I don't know how education will work out. All my grandson now, my little grandson, he might go study, him know how to use computer more than all his mother. Believe you me. When them take up the iPad, you know, it's a joke to how we are crying, look for the iPad, you know. I don't know how this thing attack children, so, you know. It's like an attack on children. This iPad technology, it attack children. So children understand it more than people of my age. You see them little youth who are study, what them call them, IT department, that's what them call them, IT. I'll mark them upstairs and them thing there. Mark, all people, what them know, them can't keep up. Because the things are changed overnight, you know. Come see some things on TV, you know, Rasta, where I was telling a store now that me can't believe it. Look on that, me have a bulb. Hey, where the bulb them there? All right, tomorrow I show you the bulb where me have that. So, you know, so me have a bulb there where water turn it on. It's good for hurricane, you know. You believe me? You don't believe me? You want to laugh? Shall laugh. Me say, me sell some bulb right now. A water turn on the bulb them. That means say you say if hurricane come, you don't have to business about GPS again. All you have to do is wait and hold the bulb in your hand. You go, hey, I don't like how you go like look like me a bad man, you know. Wait, Sanjay, go on home. Your time don't know, 12 o'clock gone, go on home. You look for me like you come again with one of them mad things. You look here, don't behave like the people them out there, you know. Don't behave like your mother or your granny, you know, because your granny or your mother will cuss me. I don't expect you to come cuss me, you know. Me say, me have bulb where if you wet your hand and hold it in your hand, it turn on. If you put the bulb in your mouth, it turn on. And if you hold it so, it now go turn on. And if you have the bulb and put it in the water, it turn on because it turn on with water. That's the technology where the technology reach. So you don't have to get GPS, and you know how it charge? You charge it by screwing it in your ordinary socket. If you have a lamp, listen to me good, you know, I'm going to show you tomorrow. If you want me to show you now before you go, I can show you. If you have a lamp where you use reed, if you screw the bulb in the lamp and take the plug where you plug in the light, the socket, and put it in the water, it turn on the light. Watch I know, she have beard and she never have beard all the while. Where you feel your beard for you not have beard? Yeah. All right, you know, so before you do it, I'm going to show you it. All right. Because I don't like, oh yeah, go on like me a madman. All right, EL. All right, when I show you the ball, you must tell the people them exactly where I go on. May I give you permission to talk for the year, you know? All right? Yes, EL.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, blessed.
Blessed.
Yeah, man.
This is you from California.
California?
And, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I tried to call the international number, but it did not go through. So I have to call the Jamaica number, though.
What do you mean you try to call the international number?
With a 954 number, the international call from online.
Okay.
So I tried to call it and not go through. But I still have to call the...
I don't know why that happened. So now you get through, you know, which part of California you call from?
Yeah, you know, yeah.
So which one are the international number? I don't understand the international number. The same number that you call all the while. You have an international number? I have a toll-free number. Which one? Which one are the number, the international number, Bridget?
It's, let me see, yeah, it's on IFM, let's say,
you're confused, my man.
The genetic number and the international.
All right, what we are talking about now? I thought you call for talk about the international number versus the...
No, that's heads up.
Okay.
I'm calling not go through, but...
What will I say?
Yeah, so, I was trying to touch bases about the, because since you live in this earth longer than me, I want to know about the base about this Commonwealth of Nations. What's the benefits and what's it about?
Yeah, but I just argue about it. Say I don't see the benefits where the Commonwealth, the little colonies them have from being part of the Commonwealth. I don't see no benefit.
No benefit.
It just come like symbolism.
Because I remember you saying about the crown. That say the land that.
Yeah, crown land. Yeah. Or when you go to court is John Tom versus the crown rather than John Tom versus the people. The people is not recognized in the justice system. It's the crown. The crown is recognized in the justice system, not the people. So it's the crown that is deliberating your judgment, not the people them that you do the crime against. If you commit a crime in Jamaica, the crime is against the people. But according to the system, if you commit a crime in Jamaica, you are doing injustice against Queen Elizabeth. So it's Queen Elizabeth decide, and our successors decide if you are a criminal or if you are not a criminal based upon the justice system.
Mm-hmm.
So that is problematic. Because in America, if you listen to the court in America, it is John Tam versus the people.
Mm-hmm.
So because you have done something against the people in America. In the British colonies, it is John Tam against the crown. So, we have to really rectify how that go.
Yeah, because I see the GDP from 55 members of the country that's under Commonwealth, that $14.9 trillion, which that's an infinite number.
Yeah.
So with that $4.9 trillion and the victims that been in the hurricane, that would have been already sustained from the disaster. But there's no benefit from it from the Commonwealth if there's a relief for that.
Say that again, Bridget.
Yeah, so I see the facts of the Commonwealth, like the 55 members from the African and Caribbean countries, and they get the benefits from $14.9 trillion of a GDP. So that $1 trillion, that's an infinite number from $1 billion.
Yeah.
That will all cover up the relief from the hurricane victims from the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
But it says it's not benefiting, so what's the point of being a Commonwealth nation?
I don't know. That's why a brother named Yaya Jamin from Gambia, him left it. And him have a whole book why him leave the thing. Them run Mugabe out tight. And Mugabe say, of course, why? That not help we. So where we are deal with it for?
Yeah, I actually read about that when about Robert Mugabe and Yama.
Yes.
When they
Jamin, yes. I don't know the benefit of being in there.
There's no problem after that. There was no effect when they left the Commonwealth.
Yes.
So I know in my political field is that I'm an idealist, but what if, say, like another leader come and become independent without being two political parties, and they said like they want to withdraw out of Commonwealth to become an African Union, since African Union is in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Would that be possible?
Well, the people, the government, them in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, them prefer to recognize Europe than Africa, So, even though, for instance, Jamaica was given status in the African African Union long time, but them never take it up. You see, if they get a status in Germany or France or Belgium or England, they would have take it up fast. But Africa told our leaders is not part of the reality of their governance. So that is really what we have to fight for. We have to fight for the recognition of a people who is the same people them in Africa. We have to deal with that what we call South-South relationship now rather than the North relationship. Because the North relationship now work out for you.
No. Including the in the Arab League, like where North Africa is still suffering, but it's still benefiting for Dubai and Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
But they neglect Mauritania and Somalia, even though they're part of the Arab League, but it's still turmoil.
Yes, brethren. Well, as we say, we have to just continue, We have to just continue. We're not give up it. All right, give thanks. Yeah, brethren?
All right, have a good night, Muta.
All right. I said I got for the bulb. What you got? What you think so loud with the bulb? Sanjay, what you think so loud with the bulb? All right. So, Sanjay, go for the bulb. This is an ordinary bulb, Right? But where I say now, this is where we will call now hurricane bulb. This is the bulb where when GPS fail you, this now go fail you. So if you know this, I'm not man, I'm not now. All right, but throw some water in a man. Throw the water, man. Where you going like you don't want to throw the water for? You have to pay water with it. They didn't laugh now. Tell the people that were up now. Tell the people. Tell the people about.
I'm going to put the water in a hand miggle and put the bulb in the wet spot, and the bulb is on right now.
Okay. See there?
And you remove it from the hand miggle to a dry hand, you put it back in the wet one, it's on again.
All right. So when me show you say, this is, me I know about it now. Me I don't Montague relative. What church is still This is the original hurricane bulb. You know, it's quite bright. You know, it's bright like, oh, you should have put it on, tomorrow we'll put it on the internet. Tomorrow we'll put it on the, probably Instagram to make people actually see where I go at. This is the bulb where we should have instead of GPS and trickle all the while, because you will always have water. Even if it not come from, especially if in a situation where no rain fall. You know, say when hurricane come, they're going to lock out the light. And you walk up and down with your flashlight and the battery, and you shake the thing. You know, me notice the people, all right? You notice the people with flashlight. Them put, the flashlight at work. And all of a sudden the flashlight go out. And they must say, I want to do the flashlight. And they must look for take out the battery and turn it the other way. The battery is not right. The battery did not work all the while, you know. But through the flashlight, it's like sometimes you lose something in your house. You know, so you never put it on the toilet bowl, you know, but you look at the toilet bowl feet. I say, what rain? Well, I'm mad, I get mad. You look at some conspicuous place where it's not supposed to be there. Well, at this bulb here now, you see this bulb here? This bulb here is the bulb where me feel say Jamaican people should I get hip to it, because the flashlight thing now will work out when the battery gone. And this recharge. This can recharge, you know. But me know say the bulb in a hand vehicle, I see it, I take it out of the hand vehicle. You know what you can do? You see all the back here now, you can cut the top of it, you know, and put the bulb in there with a whole heap of water in there, and it just stay like a lamp in the water. All right, so now you believe me, it's a LED bulb where light up in the water. Why me I say that about that is to connect the thing with the technology. How technology reach a stage now that you have a bulb where you don't have to screw it in and out socket. You just put it in some water. You put the bottom in the water, and when you want to charge it, you screw it in the socket. Because so it get charged, you know, you screw it in the socket now and it get charged, and it can't work like a bulb up this way, you know. But the bulb can't work in the water. As a matter of fact, if you put it in the water, done, you're going to get a leak. Anyway, okay. All right, I know you want to go away, and I say I'm going to play this to the people, them. All right, so make a play it and make you go away. That's how I can talk to the people them about it. Which part am I to push up this? All right, play it.
There's a really famous story that I've been hearing in Thailand, and I want to share it with the whole world if I could. This is a story about the Buddha and the homeless man. One day there was a homeless man, and he's been trying to gather food, and he keeps noticing every day his food disappears. One day he caught the mouse that kept stealing his food, and he asked the mouse, "Why are you stealing from me? I'm a homeless man. You can steal from richer people than me and it won't have any effect on them." The mouse then told the homeless man, "It's in your destiny that you can only have 8 items in your possession. No matter how much you beg, no matter how much you gather, this is all you'll be able to have." The homeless man was shocked and said, "Why is that my destiny?" And the mouse said, "I don't know. You should try and ask the Buddha." So the homeless man goes on his journey to go find the Buddha, and as he's going, it gets late. So he ends up at a wealthy family's house, and he asks if he could stay the night. They let him in, and they ask him, "Young man, why are you traveling so late?" And he answered, "I have a question for the Buddha, and tomorrow I'll be on my way." The family then says, "Can we give you a question to ask the Buddha? We have a 16-year-old daughter who can't speak. We just want to ask, what do we have to do to make her speak?" So the homeless man thanks them for shelter and tells them, "Of course, I'll ask your question for you." So the next morning he goes and continues his journey and sees a sea of mountains that he has to cross. He climbs up one mountain and he meets a wizard. The wizard decides to use his staff to take the young man and himself, fly them across the sea of mountains, and the wizard asked the young man, "Where are you going? Why are you deciding to cross these mountains?" And the young man said, "I'm going to ask the Buddha a question about my destiny." The wizard then says, "Can I please give you a question to ask the Buddha? I've been trying to go to heaven for 1,000 years. According to my teachings, I should be able to go to heaven now. Can you please ask the Buddha, what do I have to do to get to heaven? Of course, I'll ask your question for you." And as he continues on his journey, he runs into his last obstacle, which is a river that he cannot cross. Luckily, he meets a giant turtle who decides to take him across the river. And as they're crossing the river, the turtle asks, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to see the Buddha. I'm going to ask him a question about my destiny." The turtle then says, "Can you please ask a question for me too? I've been trying to become a dragon for 500 years. According to my teachings, I should have become a dragon by now. Can you please ask the Buddha, what do I have to do to become a dragon?" So the young man thanks the turtle for taking him across the river and says, "Of course, I'll ask you a question for you." The homeless man finally meets the Buddha, and the Buddha tells everybody, "I will answer 3 questions for everybody here, but only 3 questions." And the young man is shocked. He has 4 questions to ask. So he thinks carefully. He thinks about the turtle. The turtle's been living for 500 years trying to become a dragon. The wizard has been living for 1,000 years trying to get to heaven. And that young girl is going to have to live her whole life being unable to speak. And then he looks at himself. He says, "I'm just a homeless beggar. I can just go back home and continue begging." So as he looks at everybody else's problems, his problem suddenly seems so small. So he feels sorry for the turtle, the wizard, and the young girl, and decides to ask all of their questions. So he asks the Buddha, and the Buddha answers. The turtle is unwilling to leave his shell. As long as he's unwilling to leave the comfort of his shell, he will never become a dragon. The wizard always carries his staff and never puts it down. It acts as an anchor, keeping him from heaven. And as for the girl, she'll be able to speak when she meets her soulmate. So the homeless man bowed to the Buddha and went on his journey back home. He reunites with the turtle and he tells the turtle, "Hey, you just have to take off your shell and you become a dragon." The turtle then takes off his shell, and inside his shell were priceless pearls found in the deepest parts of the ocean. And he gives it to the homeless man and tells him, "Thank you. I no longer need this because I'm now a dragon." He flies away. The homeless man reunites with the wizard on the top of a mountain and says, "Hey, you just have to put down your staff, then you'll be able to go to heaven." The wizard lets go of his staff by giving it to the young man. He says, "Thank you," and ascends to heaven. The young man now has wealth from the turtle and power from the wizard. He goes back to the family that gave him shelter, and he tells them that Buddha said, "Your daughter will be able to speak when she meets her soulmate." And at that moment, the daughter came downstairs and said, "Hey, is that the man that was here last week?" The young girl and the once homeless man have found their soulmate. This story tells us so many things, so many lessons, but for me, I think that sometimes we have to give things in order to get some things. Sometimes if we want to become a dragon, we want to become a lion, we have to be willing to leave behind what makes us most comfortable, what makes us feel most safe. We have to leave our comfort zone just like the turtle did. And in order to find true love, we must become somebody who is willing to put others before ourselves. When you're alone and when you're lost in your thoughts, sometimes your problems seem so big and it may seem like it's the end of the world, but if we look at other people's lives, other people who don't have as much opportunity as us and who have it worse than us, sometimes it makes our problems seem so much smaller. And if we're willing to lend a hand to those who are struggling more than us, willing to help them, it may change the course of your life, your destiny, and the universe may repay you in such a way that you never would have imagined. It will come back to you. All the good that you do in the world will come back to you. If you're going through hard times right now, I hope this story helps. My name is Sean Uranai. I love you all, and I hope you
Yeah, teachings of the Buddha. Serious teachings that, you know, 3 things. And it's 4 things, but the thing where him did go for, him decide say him go sacrifice it and give to the ones them who ask him if he don't bring back something for him from the Buddha. And him end up I get the 3 things plus other things. That is really a serious lesson. And sometimes things look away, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. That's a cliche, but guess what? Sometimes it's just about when you're out to give up, you know. Just when you're out to give up, that is when you reach the tunnel end. You ever notice that? Yeah, man, all the while I notice it, man. That you do something and you say, sure. You try solve a problem and then you try say you're going to give up. And just when you decide, say, sure, me can't bother go more, you know, you see the thing just work out. Beautiful. Beautiful lesson. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. We're going back to Ernie Ranglin. The great Ernie Ranglin. This is the Cutting Edge. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful music, beautiful music.
I tell you, man, sweet, sweet.
Yes, I Congo. You know, say, oh, give thanks to the lesson just now, the Buddha lesson.
Yes.
All the full lesson, you know, selflessness, lots of things to learn from that. The situation with our brethren and sisters in the other Caribbean islands, you know?
Yes.
Not going through what they are going through. And you see, reggae music, before Europe and all them places, they embrace it, you know. As they do now, you know, there are the big shows, there are the big things that were going on in Europe. You see down in the other islands, yeah, man, reggae music saves souls. Especially them reggae music, where I know I'm talking about them, Bonneville and them.
Yes.
Yeah, man, yeah. And it's happened because of the oneness, you know, the oneness, the historical oneness of the people. We are an African people, dispersed here and there, but we are who we are, you know, and nothing can change that. And we identify the music of that, you know, as that vibration that keeps us together. They say sports too, but I want to stay on the music for now. The music fraternity in Jamaica at this point in time, whoever kind of initiate it and see it through. We've been listening to the brethren there earlier on the program. Vegas, his name, with the effort that he made in terms of, dedicating the music to what is happening, in spite of the ism schism that is coming from the Christendom flocks. But the music fraternity should take it a step further, take it to the other level of organizing assistance in whatever form that is that is necessary to assist with, brethren and sisters in the islands. I really think that the music fraternity in Jamaica should make that effort. Just give just make it be what they can. You don't have to kill nobody. You don't want to be, nothing that cannot be handled. Make bread out of the stone. Just what come together and stretch that hand in a tangible, touchable way, as I would say. In a touchable way. I think it ought to be done,
All right, so give thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Blessed love.
Blessed love. Yes.
Honey, you gave new meaning to my life. You'll forever be here with me, inseparable we are. I'm ecstatic, excited. I find music, found love right here in my heart. You'll always stay inseparable we are. You are the sunshine of my life. So much excitement when you are around. There's so much about you that words can't say. Makes me want to love you in a special way. Honey, you gave new meaning to my life. You'll forever here with me, inseparable we are.
Yeah, Big Dennis Brown Show. Whoa. This is the Cutting Edge on RFM. 5 minutes past 1 o'clock, and we're still here with you, make it sound like daytime radio. Yeah,
Iel.
Blessed man.
Wagwan Muta.
Cutting Edge.
Iel up.
Yeah, man, I listen to you, though.
Alright. I think when you're relevant, it says the music deal with that, because I love how you angle the program, you deal with relevant thing though, Muta. Because you had a reason for a thing about the catastrophic happenings them, playing with nature.
Yes.
I realize that media kind of not talk about certain things. I don't know. It's like them fear atomic energy. Because them have a thing where it's spelled HAARP.
Up.
Yes. Down at Iceland where them are use in a troubling environment and
yes. Mix up the thing.
Yes. I mean, I hear media, mass media talk about it. What them do, them afraid them send it on to Jamaica.
They play all documentary on it already, man.
Yeah, because it's a thing where they're all over the place. But I don't want to talk about it. Them talk about act of God. Them kind of madness there.
Yeah, but we talk about it though. We talk about it, man.
Yeah, we have to, you know.
Yeah.
And
no, when I say we, I mean this program, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and let me tell you something. We realize even that program we run about this girl who take her mother to court because she born black.
Yeah.
I don't think that, you know, a self-hatred though.
Yeah, well, you hear the judge will tell her it.
Yeah, you know, I remember a couple of years back when I did compose a song where say, boy, granny teaching give me side, and you know it not right when you have bleach, boy. And some people in the music fraternity never take kindly to it.
Well, them
you know?
it.
And here the judge has said, no, a self-hatred. Because I see it from a long time, you know. Yeah.
Where the people them that's about the song where you talk about?
Them never like it because them say me a throw word on them big star. We are bleach.
Oh, Vibes Cartel.
Yes, man.
Okay.
You know, so and it caused an acrimonious relationship between me and them.
Okay.
You know?
What name?
Say that again?
What is your name?
Alpha Rowan.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Yeah, sir. We never know it's still there. I'm thinking about England, man.
There, man, you know. There. Well, listen, you know, Muta, because, you know, there's a time for everything. Sometimes we keep silent and just listen, you know.
Well, we're glad to hear from you, man.
Yeah, I'm not digits here, you know, man. I'm left all message and I'm still not get to you same way. You understand? Because I mean, if you have a reason differently, you know.
Yeah, all right.
I really love to get some digits here in a Muta. You know, I don't know if it's permitted to get it after the year.
You can't get it to IRFM. You mean where you want, to email?
No, man. If the operator could have give it to me, if she's permitted to give it to me.
Give you what? Your
digit, your number. A number.
Oh, but the number now gonna make me get the music, man.
Nah. Well, anyway, the Alpha Run can find you and deliver it to you.
I say, if I the you want to talk to me or you want to give me some music?
No, man. No, Muta, we always have a reason over the years, but you know, true, we're going to have that number again, you know?
Okay. So you want my number to talk to me then?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you don't want to give me the music?
Yeah, man, you're going to get music, man. Because I've still been making music, you know.
But me not get
Never
them.
stop. For real.
I want them. So what we do is, all right. Yeah, tell the operator to give them the operator give the bridging the number.
All right then, Muta. I was there listening, you know.
Yeah, man.
Great one. Keep it relevant, Muta.
Of course.
Because I that teach people, you know, because right now some things are go off course, you know.
Off track.
Yes, it is. One of the Psalms, boy, the things are earth out of course. And that's why you see things are behave that way, you know. You know? And enough of our youth, them have become the thing where them listen, because music is food for the spirit.
Yeah, man. Music
and you become what you listen.
Man.
Yeah?
All right. So
wake up for people, them. Tell them wake up and live.
All right.
Blessed.
Yes.
Never find me, I will die. I'd like to break the chain you put around me, but I know I never will. Oh, you stay away and all I do is wonder why the hell
Ian Muta. Blessed man, Mandingo, man.
may I tell you, I am full joy, not enjoying the beautiful Ernest Wrangling Genius music, the man from Manchester that you've been playing.
Yeah, man.
And also King Dennis Brown, that inseparable.
Big music.
Man from 135 Orange Street. You know, beautiful music, beautiful reggae music, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, sweet. And it was nice to hear Alpha Rowan from Red Pan, you know, my mother's student at Friendship Government School, St. John's Road, Spanish Town, a while ago, you know.
And did have a tune in at the early time when we used to rinse on the cutting edge, you know. Yeah, and then see my England there. I think...
yes, Chocho. Yeah, man, it's
I think Upper Palmer made book him up one time there. I don't remember if I have Palmer. Yeah, I think Upper Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer. Yeah, I used to write Palmer. Then we put out an album too, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, mother taught him at Friendship Government School, St. John's Road, Spanish Town. Same school I went to as thing. And one year up at the same time to Leroy Sibbles, of the legendary Heptones, the Anzo Collins, Cornell Campbell, Big Youth, Uri, Bob Clark, Richie Canary, and all the great musicians, you know, and singers and so. And by the way, I'm not going to cuss Brethren Ecamos from Trenchtown, but I saw on social media where he's making some comments about artists who he said died from smoking crack and that type of thing, you know, mentioning Dennis Brown and Big Youth. And let me say this,
Wait, don't mention Big Youth. Big Youth not dead, man.
No, not Big Youth. Mentioning Gregory Isaacs. Mentioning Gregory Isaacs.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. I have an authentic copy of my brethren Gregory Isaacs' death certificate. And Gregory Isaacs, the cool ruler, my brethren, did not die from smoking crack, as what Ecamo said. He died from lung cancer. I have a copy of his
So what caused the lung cancer? Wait, hold on there. We're not argue about it still, but what caused the lung cancer?
What causes lung cancer is not the smoking. What happened is that it is a spread of the cancer cells through the bloodstream.
Hold on the Mandingo.
Yes.
We know it's cancer, you know. So what caused it? What caused him to have cancer in his lungs?
What the death certificate has said
died from lung
is
cancer.
that I am not. Listen, what the death certificate said is that it was not caused by smoking.
What the death certificate can't say never.
Even though it said that previously he used to smoke it, but it did not say that. It categorically did not say it was caused by smoking.
Mandingo.
Yes.
A death certificate now tell you something will never happen. It tell you something will happen.
Yes.
So all you have to the death certificate say it wasn't him never dead from smoking. The birth certificate not, death certificate not tell you say him never dead from something. Death certificate tell you what him dead from. And you say him dead from lung cancer.
Yes,
so
cancer of the lungs, yes.
Yeah, but if you say it's a cancer in the lungs, something must cause cancer in them lungs. Most people who dead from lung cancer at smoking cause it.
Well, from any form of cancer, something has triggered it, and so on.
Yeah, so may I ask you now, when I know the Bridget must say it, you know, because we know say Gregory and Dennis Brown used to take drugs. But when I ask
yes,
you know,
well, Gregory admitted that
all the while him say it, all the while. My shop used to upstairs him and him downstairs and all. But when I say now, why you say the brethren wrong for say it's not that cause it when you are say it's lung cancer cause it when we know say smoking can cause lung cancer.
Why I'm saying that he is wrong is that he has no proof that it is smoking crack, as he said specifically, that caused Gregory to die. He said that Gregory died because of smoking crack.
I mean, I ask you a question now. If you hear a man dead from lung cancer, and something where must smoke, all right, and he must smoke something regular, wouldn't you come to the conclusion and say there's something that he must smoke cause the cancer in him, because most people dead from lung
the
cancer?
conclusion that I would come to is that there is that possibility, but not definitively.
Yeah, we know that still.
Possibility as opposed to definitively.
Yeah, but you see, it sound to me like he must say something outrageous. I not see where he must say something outrageous if him say somebody have lung cancer and him dead from smoking. Because most of the time,
no, he said specifically that he died from smoking crack. That's what he said. Which is a different thing.
Yeah, but we don't know.
That's what he said specifically.
Yeah.
And he has no evidence of that he died from smoking crack. And all I am presenting is what I have as a copy of my brethren Gregory Isaac.
Yeah, but that still not saying not dead from crack. Smoking crack. It still not say that. Because maybe if you take a true autopsy.
But by the same token, it still does not say that he died from smoking crack.
So what that mean? What that mean now to the whole scenario is something now? What that mean?
The whole scenario of the thing is that in a case where one is not certain, one should not say categorically that he died from smoking crack.
Okay.
Exactly.
But he died from lung cancer.
Yes.
And we don't know what
caused
the lung cancer.
No.
All right. In your estimation, in your estimation, since you don't know the facts, what you think caused the lung cancer?
At this moment, I will not speculate. What I will do is that I will make further, in response to what you have said, I will make further checks of my own. But I would not be drawn to come to a conclusion about something that I am not positive about.
Wow. I don't know if it is here or there still, but since you bring it up as an issue, we would have to go question the argument surrounding to smoke or not.
Well, I didn't bring it up as an issue, His statement in saying that I'm talking about other artists too.
So why him say that? Why him come
made it an issue, which is why I have responded to it.
Why him come up with that? Why him come up with it? What was the argument surrounding why him bring up that?
Because he was talking about several artists in the reggae world. Some who have passed and some who are living.
Okay.
Concerning drug taking and so on. And it was obvious because it was a video and he was in a pajamas looking outfit.
Okay.
So what I would advise he come also do is to take care of his own health.
I don't know how we reach this or no.
No. I'm saying, I'm telling you, I'm telling you the video that I saw.
So, trying to get up early morning in pyjama and do the video?
Well, no, hold on. What I'm saying, that would, first, two things. One, that would be unusual. And two, it would be unusual that he's going to be making a video about artists in a pajama looking outfit. Yeah. But the way he looked in the body language and so, it did not look well.
Okay.
He did not look well.
Yeah, speculate.
And I would ask you to
look on the video.
This video and you will see where I said that he did not look well.
It's on YouTube. It must be on YouTube.
Yes, it would be on YouTube also, but I saw it on WhatsApp. So it would be on YouTube.
So the next person we mention now, what killed Dennis Brown?
Him talking about the same crap business too.
No, you don't know what killed Dennis Brown.
I know that.
Because I don't know what killed Dennis Brown. I hear a whole heap of things, but I not going to really repeat what I hear. So
Like myself, I have heard a lot of things.
But you don't know.
But I don't know what killed Dennis Brown.
You know, so I have a copy of Bob Marley, passport. I have a copy of Bob Marley passport in the first store them go do. And in passport, same band, the 6th of April.
Mm-hmm.
You ever hear that before?
I don't recall. But it said that in band the 6th of April.
Yeah, April. All right, I could say April, in band April, in the passport. All of the other band members, them thing right tonight, you know.
Yes, I remember that album, all of them passport details. I remember the album.
Yeah,
yes.
but them I say, them say Bob Marley band April.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why I bring up that is to say this now. A mistake, an error could have make in the passport printing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if him never born in February, all his mother would have say him never born in February for a long time.
Well, for example, his mother said that him don't name Robert Nesta Marley, but Nesta Robert Marley.
Nesta Robert Marley, yeah. But me just show how the thing can convolute itself and go round and come round, because here we are talk about a man who say the man them dead from crack, and you call now and say we must make it clear that you have a copy of the thing we say him never dead from crack.
Yeah. That he died from metastatic lung cancer.
Yeah, but you can't make a definitive statement to say him never dead from it. You can't say that. Just like how the man couldn't say.
No. I have made a definitive statement that he died from lung cancer.
No, I say you cannot say no that because him say the man is crack kill him. You ever say no? Him no know that it's not crack. Him died from lung cancer.
But he does not know that.
But you don't know that.
He does not know that.
You can't come say.
But I am not. What I am saying, is that he died from lung cancer.
No, but wait there. The first reason you're saying is that him never dead from lung cancer. Him never dead from crack.
That him never dead from lung cancer.
No, wait no. The first talk you say him never dead from crack. And then when they say you have a certificate which say him died from lung cancer. And
because that is what his death certificate says, that he died from lung cancer.
No, when I say you can't say him never dead from crack. You can't say that.
But hold on.
Because you don't know what causes lung cancer.
No, what I have said is that he died from lung cancer. That is what
you said.
That is a definitive statement.
But you definitively say him never dead from crack.
Yeah, he died because he died from lung cancer.
But what caused lung cancer? Crack could have caused lung cancer.
No. Causing, what you are saying about causing, that's a different thing. I'm saying what he died from, lung cancer. Causing is a different thing.
All right.
I'm saying he died from lung cancer.
We are going around the corner. Look here.
Not around the corner, straight.
No. If a man dead from lung cancer, and a man say it's crack kill a man, even if I say a crack kill a man there, right, and I know say a crack kill him, I could say I know say a crack kill somebody, or I could say I know say a cigarette smoking kill a man there, and you come and say him never dead from smoking cigarette, him dead from lung cancer.
The death certificate
say lung cancer.
Could have said, the death certificate could have said that he died from lung cancer caused by whatever.
Yeah, but maybe they don't want to put that on him certificate.
But it did not. Well, that is what you are speculating.
There's no speculation. Everybody has speculate. I heard that speculation.
No, but I am not speculating.
Yeah, you said the man never dead from crack.
I'm just stating that he died from lung cancer. That's not speculation.
And somebody can't say him died from smoking too much crack.
I don't have no proof of that.
No, I never say
I know that he died from lung cancer.
I never say you have proof, is when you come and definitively say.
So hold on.
Him
So what
never
are you
dead
saying,
from
Gregory?
crack.
All right. Well, you Muta, what are you saying Gregory Isaacs died from?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cancer.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
don't know
Well,
where
let me
dead
leave it as you don't know then.
Then I don't know. I don't know where Gregory Isaacs dead from. I don't know where Sugar Miner dead from. I don't know where dead
And neither does Ika Mouse.
Yeah. But you don't know that.
Ika Mouse don't know that.
Oh, you know say no know. Oh, you
which
know
is
say
he
no
died
know.
from lung cancer.
Oh, you know say him don't know.
Oh, well, you ask him then.
No, me not carry the conversation no further than this. The
right,
whole
well,
world here
okay.
we talk about it, you know. The whole world we are here. So me not have to carry go further. It's just that the argument where a man dead from lung cancer over here, so. And you say a man dead from smoking too much crack over here. So and you say the man never dead from smoking too much crack, him dead from lung cancer.
That is what I said, that he died and I have a copy of his death certificate attesting to that.
Lung cancer. Yes, well.
Lung cancer, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm a Miss Virgin Gregory Isaacs, a cool ruler, as well as Dennis Brown. One of the kings of reggae music. I'm talking about vinyl clash. There's a big vinyl clash in Manchester, Northern England this Saturday. Yeah, man, we're strictly vinyl. We're
Jamaica, yeah.
Eh?
Them have a whole heap of them session down at Jamaica now. Vinyl.
Yeah, but this one for quite some time in Jamaica they have had that too. Where all Augustus, Pablo, Brother Gart used to be involved with off Walton Park Road. And I was seeing Bagger case we got Kingston Technical with us.
Yeah.
You know, play on one of them many years ago. So but in Manchester at a venue called the Big Western, you have Baron, a champion sound from Manchester in the 80s and so on, 90s, will be playing, clashing with Jagide, King Cosmic, Kilowatt and Mikey Dan this Saturday. Because what happened is that last year they had something like that and there was a lot of argument because Baron should have won because they played only vinyl. As I said, it was only a vinyl thing. But the other two finalists, because three of them came to the final, one of them played a dub plate, which is automatic disqualification, as you know, because it's vinyl and dub plate, and the next one played back a tune, and that's the next form of disqualification. So this clash in Manchester at this venue is gonna be the segment of segment this Saturday. So that would be interesting. But it's good to know that, you know, reggae music in various forms really going well. Just like the brethren earlier who was speaking with you, talking about the influence of reggae music in the islands, Trinidad, Tobago and elsewhere and thing, you know.
So all the dancehall music up here up there now? All the dancehall music up here? Because the populist music in Jamaica right now, how it flare up there?
Well, it plays, I mean, that kind of genre as the music plays, you know, alongside the traditional form of reggae music, you know what I mean? But this younger variety of reggae music, as you know, and I say, you know, it plays, so there's no animosity, so to speak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we've got always a variety in everything, you know. And yes, and today, Thursday the 21st, is the birthday anniversary of Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, who was born the 21st of September 1909.
Conference down at Ghana, they're pertaining to this too.
Yes, you know, and it is instructive that right now as we speak, the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey is still not in the school curriculum in Jamaica being used in primary schools as a textbook.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I must quote Kwame Nkrumah in his autobiography, page 45, book published in 1957, where Kwame Nkrumah said, "I think that of all the literature that I studied, the book that did more than any other to fire my enthusiasm was the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey.
Of course.
I mean, no, I attribute, and this is why we must.
That's why I put the star in I'm flag.
Precisely, the Black Star, and in Accra, the capital, you have the Black Star, and also the shipping line for Ghana also named the Black Star.
Yes.
And which is why his second wife, Amy Jakes Garvey, was invited to their independence on the 6th of March, 1957. And of course, the first wife, my mother's cousin, was a very good friend of Kwame Nkrumah, And we must remember my physics teacher, the at Kingston Technical, Marcus Garvey Jr. in the 60s, saying that Jamaica and the other islands in the Caribbean should be members of the OAU. Of course, that has now been transformed from the OAU to the AU.
Them
but
have status
the point is still the same.
Them was granted status there from Haile Selassie come here, and they never take it up in Jamaica. Them was granted
when you say status in terms of observer status or member status, are you not certain?
I'm not certain.
Yes, because there are two things, as a full member as well as observer status. But I will check on that. But I know that Marcus Garvey Jr. used to communicate letters-wise with the OAU, because I personally, I can say, was one of the persons who used to get letters that he wrote sent to the OAU that he entrusted me through various means to get to the OAU. And of course, when we were going to Kingston Technical there in the 1960s, you remember out the shop out on Beeston Street where Sonny used to be, and Flash, and so they used to sell Kwame Nkrumah's magazine called Africa and the World. Africa and the World. So I've been reading, and I thank my mother who used to buy these Kwame Nkrumah books for me, like Neocolonialism and other books like that, Panaf publishes, that used to come from London. Thanks to my mother when I asked her, and I still have those books from the 60s in my possession,
Yeah, man. Anyway, give thanks, brethren.
Yes, give thanks every time. Blessed love.
Yes. One dingo out of England. Yes, we want to remind the people them that the 14th of October, Roseberry St. Elizabeth, Nyabingi Family Banquet. Yes, that is the 14th of October, Nyabingi Family Banquet at Roseberry St. Elizabeth. Those of you who don't know, it's near Malvern. Okay. Where were they? We're there, yes, sir. Okay. Ill.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah, Motor.
Yes.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man. I hear you, man.
Well, go on.
There.
So we need to drop asleep.
What you say?
Nearly drop asleep, man.
Nearly?
Mm-hmm.
I want to wake you up, man.
No, I'm glad to. When I drop asleep, I'm glad to talk to you. So.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, the second thing where you play in the night,
Which one of them?
About the girl.
Oh, the girl where... Okay.
Yeah, you can't
court.
blame her because she don't know nothing better.
Eh?
You can't blame she, because she don't know nothing better.
Okay, we have a blame.
You see, if her mother did make she grow up in a different black community where she grew up.
Hold on. You never hear you gotta blame the mother to man. Here one.
No, I not blame the mother. I do
the if our mother didn't make she grow up in
that situation.
No, but you say if our mother did do this, our mother has survived in America.
Yeah, man,
and at the time when she has survived in America.
Because I said if she could have, if it was a situation where she did grow up in a
no, but you say you can't blame the picnic. Why you can't blame her? She's surrounded by white people, and I tell her mother said she don't look at her.
She get indoctrinated. That's why she grew up every day, every morning. She got to school amongst white picnic, and them look down from black people. So every time she goes to school and she around the white people, and that's how she view black
No,
people.
but she grow up big now, and she have a white man a box her because she say she realize her mother black.
Because she tell her, man, I say you shouldn't tell me that. If she had tell me, say your mother black.
Yeah, so it box her.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, but she knows that that's something terrible because her mother fault.
No, not her mother fault.
But
it's a system fault.
She say her mother fault.
No, when I system fault, man. The system displaced from the beginning, you know. So you
but the whole of we get displaced, brethren.
Mm-hmm.
The whole of we get displaced. We're not in an environment where we're conducive to our way of heritage, life, culture, and spirituality. But we find a way to dig out of it. She said she at 25. When me are 90, most of my poems them when me I say right now, when me are 19 or 18, me write them.
Most of the poem now reach years of them for reach.
Most of the poem what?
Now reach years of them for reach.
Now reach the what?
The ears of them for reach.
Like which ears it for reach and it now reach?
So my time I play some of everything them around my colleagues, around some of my people, and they can tell you, say come like say, you know when they say I force the moon, like I force them I hear them think the way you attack. Because
it's not pop music, no, it's not the popular music now.
I may listen to them thing there from a long
yeah, but now show you say when it did make, when me did that tour, and just like how you see them man at tour, and I draw a big crowd and all them something there. People did listen to it, and it helped them to shape themselves.
But you don't understand the people that fight it too.
Eh?
But you don't understand the people did fight it and still fight it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if me not understand, what you say, man? I get more. Where I say me never know some people that fight it. You know what argument me get say me a racist in America.
I regular me here. You know what show? You know what show? You know what show? I keep on people that say them know I'm more. That let that reach everybody who listen to your third.
Eh? What's that?
Now, man, some more I listen to your program. I'm here to call them and say them get cussed and say them I listen to you.
Show you. So you know what youth? You know what youth all over the world when me left here and go at some youth where used to listen to my program invite me at them school, at them university. And them say when the time them stand up in the crowd and say anytime they used to listen to me in a Jamaica, they would have to put them radio under them pillow.
Yeah, because man, so come like every youth where I listen to you that reach.
But it didn't reach them. It did reach them. It did reach them. You know what African politician, when we buck up in Africa, they will say, and me make them go back to Africa. When them used to their Europe at school, and them come and me show them here, me say it's no good to stay in a white man country too long. It make them hunger for them land and go back there. And them glad for meet me now because them say, when them used to go to university in Europe, and them hear this man, Pancho Maker, say that, them really take a stock, and now them can help them country. So if you think say it now reach, it reach, but we not do it now as heavy as how we used to do it, because you know it's a next level now. It's a next level we're there. We're there on the radio yes or no for 20 odd years.
Yeah, true.
So it's another level this now. We're there on the radio. I really seep into the consciousness and the conscience of the people them. And we know say it's not going vain at all. We know that. We not ask that.
That's why it's not going vain because it's the most thing I look into most consciousness. And that thing when I look upon I don't know how it sounds, but I show it. You see how we treat each other. Like the people that we identify as troublemaker in our family or in our community or they might do something out of the way where they might break the law, break the rules and all them things. It all comes down back to the teaching from where them tell us the devil did it, the devil did that and him start misbehave
and God run him out.
So from we identify any kind of devilish characteristics in any one of our family member, people in our society, the first thing we want to do is fling him out.
Yeah.
When he's not so supposed to do, you're supposed to embrace that person because that person understands certain things, right? Because when we look at how people act in life or how them behave, it's because they don't understand certain things, they don't see certain things.
Yeah, all right, I could go back to the lady and her daughter. You notice that when the lady started to talk about her illness, and she don't want to come tell her daughter that she love her because she might not say her because she's terminally ill. You know, they say the girl start to cry.
Yeah, she started crying.
Yeah, and the judge asks her what she crying for, because there's something innately there, even though she showed this big and boldness and thing. Love, not just wipe us out of a person's heart, not you them and show it out there. You have some, hey, watch a man, you have some criminal out there, you know, Rasta, we look after him family and love him family, you know. You understand?
No, yeah, man. That's why some man will do criminal, that's why I'm going to do criminal. I mean, I support it, but that's why I'm going to do it. Because it might be the easiest way for you to get a bread, or it might be the only way for you to get a bread.
Forgot to pick me.
Mm-hmm.
But is that the woman did that though? It's not that she did want to look both white. My mother left here and go do the same kind of work. My mother left here and go to America and go do the same kind of work, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's not that you want to do it. But you see, survival, that's now when you say, well, since the opportunity now for get some money, help your picnic go to school, and help do this and that. Our picnic now has seen say, why she want a white man? She's privileged. She not say she's white, you know. She said she's privileged. So she take on a level now where it's not she privileged. It's the man she look for and she say white have money, so she want to be in part of that life. Nobody want to suffer really.
But she now always a position and the position where she say her mother, you know, when her daughter come and say, oh, she can put herself because
of course.
Privilege.
Of course. She
her daughter go look for her different.
She living in a bubble, man, just like when the judge tell her. But it's really a serious clip. It's really a serious clip for listen to do. May I tell you, it's a serious clip for listen to. You know?
True, man. But with time, she will grow up still, and she will understand.
25, 25, she's young still, she's young.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have to move, Bridget.
Maybe you want to touch on one more topic,
It was a long time we're on a topic, and the whole pack call them a back up. All right, go on, so what you say quick?
Yeah, I mean, want to say a couple petition for the Jamaica house thing. I look for and I go sign a couple petition. One of them about anyway, the one about you, me talk about.
Well, them have one about me, I say.
Yeah, the use them see the works we do, and
which
you know, them put it under the light and national hero, and we support it.
Them have a what you say? Them have a petition. About Mutabaruka national hero. You know, say Amber tell me this thing, I never believe her. Amber did not tell me this thing, you know. Who do that? Who do that? Some youth?
Well, somebody in our society.
So how much them gone? About 10? Because 15,000 them need for do them thing there. How much them gone? 10?
The last time I see it, well, right now, I'm go up on it. Right there.
Oh, you have it in front of you?
I have a phone, man. You know, a smartphone.
Oh, it gone about 10 then. It must have gone about 10.
Now I got 15. 15, I see right now.
15, they're not no far from 10.
Where the people in here are going, because you're supposed to go on, man. When the people in here are going, you're supposed to go on. That's 17, you know.
You have this program here and the Stepping Razor have 10 million hits on it. 10 million.
Yeah, man, when the people in here are going, the people them see works, you know, so.
Yeah.
And the only people them see where them can identify as a genuine leader right now.
Yeah.
More people there, but for me, you in a society at Jamaica will make you look, say, me look for a role model or somebody will make you look.
How much year old is?
31 this year.
Okay. All right. You're older than me. I have to move though, you know. I have to move.
All right, sir. Yeah,
yes. All right. See this old man I come to me about me a role model. Phoebe.
Easy, not easy, not take it so rough. Easy, not easy, Babylon too tough. Them a walk, them a shoot, them a do. Babylon, them a brew. Them a walk, them a loot, them a shoot, but we know evil by the rule. Easy, brethren, easy, not take it so rough. Yeah, easy, brethren, easy, Babylon too tough.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, blessed.
Morning time, brother.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, man. I just want to thank Peter Mitchell from Friendship Park Avenue down Mountain View to remind me about this program, my brethren.
This program?
So somebody can come and reason with a great Jamaican, sir.
All right, sir.
Please give me. I must thank you, man. All right?
Give thanks, man.
All right, quickly, because this program is soon done. Skullduggery run itself again in the heads of the Jamaican people by politicians, brethren, and people of vested interest in crime in this country.
Yes, definitely.
One such is the gun club people over Portmore with that bullet making machine that was discovered recently and spoken about by the man was ousted from it. I don't know if this is such the name of the word. Ousted from his position, and he ball out about it.
The FLA people them you talk about.
Right. Right? And ball out about it. And Muta, today, not one, and those bullets are killing the Jamaican people and picking them in.
We say not one.
Not one of them gone to jail for eating us, sir.
Okay. But them seize the bullet machine. Them not seize the bullet machine.
Them seize it?
No, me ask.
I don't know what happened since, my brother.
You know, some people say bullet no make a Jamaica.
All right. I don't know what happened since. But nobody has gone to prison for that. Because it was making the bullets for them friends.
Yes.
I don't want to call friends' names on it because I want this program to continue forever.
All right,
but,
blessed.
My brethren, believe you me, that is it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to say to you too is I thank this gentleman a while ago, the one you spoke to just a while ago, for telling us about the petition for you up at Jamaica House, isn't it?
I don't know what they. I'm just say they on the computer. They just look on them phone and see it. I mean,
I'm not too good on the smartphone kind of thing. He's an old school somebody. So if somebody else who had gone to make the signing could just put it out on your radio, right, where it is done, because I would like to be one of them.
Most of them think there's online thing, you know.
Hello?
Most of them think there's online thing.
Online, okay.
If you don't have the computer at your disposal, you have to go find somebody who have it.
Well, all right. I will get my grandson to show me what's going down, my brethren.
All right, so
because an opportunity like this is a must.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
also, quickly on that young girl there that was disrespecting our I don't know if she still is our mother.
Okay.
It is right in this country, my brother. Right in this country. Right in this country. This Willie Lynch and bleaching thing. It's part of that scenario. I remember Queen Ifrica when she raised the roof on a performance she did, right, about the Willie Lynching thing. A girl walked up to her, you know, hug her and cried. She didn't know the real story behind the bleaching. She just thought it was fashion. The woman ball like you know what I'm saying, ball like how?
Oh yeah.
The woman ball, man.
Her ball like a baby.
Her ball like baby.
Yeah.
So you know so well then, boy. Queen Africa did a great thing for that woman that day, sir. As did all of us.
Yeah, man.
She did it for, believe you me.
Right,
but let me give somebody a chance, huh?
All right, blessed.
And all the best, my brethren.
Yeah. Yes, me hungry, Vita. Why me I tell you say you're a loyal soldier, man. Trust me, loyal soldier. Love you. Believe you me. Yes.
But we know evil by the rule. Easy, brethren, easy.
Sanjay, yell up. Sanjay gone long time. Why yell up? My friend at the telephone up. I go call her and me just call her a while ago, but I don't call her so. I go wait till tomorrow until I call her so. But why yell her up, you know?
But we know evil by the rule. Easy, not easy. Not take it so rough. Easy, not
tell the people them say part of this program was run by my phone. Cause I don't know, so I left the computer at my yard. Never know, say I never have the computer until I reach the hotel room. But really and truly, part of the program was run by my cell phone and some CD when I go scrape up about the place. Maybe I will people don't even recognize that, but we don't tell you that. So I'm big up my cell phone.
Babylon too tough.
Go scrape up about the place. Yeah, maybe I will people don't even recognize that, but we don't tell you that. So
walk them, I shoot them, I loot, but we know evil by the root. So easy, not easy.
Somebody have him phone right at the radio there. I will come back to myself.
Babylon too tough. Easy, not easy. Just play it cool. Easy, not easy. Just be right there with you.
Okay, this is the cutting edge with upon the last lap here of where we're supposed to be, so okay. Yeah, all right. We could click this button here. Bridget them who stand up in the Gideon so and know say well really and truly them now make nothing frustrate them out of the liberty of Rastafari. Yes. Why you up all the Rasta brethren and sisters out there from them time till now who know say them coulda get fight little more about them Rasta liberty. Them coulda get mock and jail little more about them Rasta liberty. Them now walk out tight. No matter how the thing look funny, them now walk out tight. We give thanks to those who sit down over the years and who stand up for over the years and who kneel over the years and who get persecuted over the years that we could have come here to now and stand up full in a Rasta. Why you have all the brethren them in a Montego Bay who stand up in the Ital liberty, you know. Yes, because a man go and go like to the Ital liberty, you know. No relevant again, because him can't go do all sort of things and nyam all sort of things and I tell you say boy right now I know food no important. Food is very important. Very, very important. And as long as we in this structure here, nah go on like say this structure is not important. People are say but this is just flesh. No sir. My flesh is high. My flesh is high. I know it was the next one. My flesh is high this. So the flesh is very important. If the flesh is very important, why would I not eat? I mean, really and truly. So, we want to give thanks to all the brethren them and the sisters them who stand up in our liberty over the years. Yeah, man. Who we trod with over hills and valleys. And still there, so can proclaim Rastafari. Matrix in the house. Hail Matrix. Yeah, man. Matrix there, man. Matrix. You know, say, I'm going to show you a bulb where you're not, you're going to want it. Yeah, for your hurricane time. It's the most interesting thing for, especially them time when we feel like GPS are going to lock off and all them something. Yeah.
The one that will hold the charge.
It not have a plug in for light. It not have a plug in for light. I just show Sanjay a while ago and she nearly dropped down inside there. You understand? A water turn it on. All right. You know, we gone, you know. The mother run come over here, you know. It's an ordinary bulb, man. I make the thing look so. It's an ordinary bulb, see that? We are selling them, you know. We are put them on the market.
How much for them bulb?
12.50 feet.
12.50.
It don't sound expensive. It's an LED bulb. But I'm going to show you why it's important. Open the back of water there. Open the back of water there. You see, say it's not on, right?
Yeah.
All right. Show some of the water in my hand. All right.
No cost no.
No, you can't cut by the... What is by the... You cut by the radio, that's that. You can't cut the back there, so, you know, and put it in there. And it just stay in there, you know. This good for...
Yo.
This good for hurricane. So we are put them on the map. Let me make you see. See the bulb, one?
So hold on, this screen and work with light.
Yeah, man. It's charging electricity. Yeah. All right, come. Hold your hand. Let me show you the water in your hand. You waste my water in your brethren. All right, go on. No, that's rubber flying in that. You put it. It's not sick. How are you talking about sick? How is this bad brother about it? Bulb sick. Bulb sick where?
And it turn on.
Yeah. If you put it all in your mouth, you know, it light up, you know.
I force me see that.
No, but when I show you, say it's good for GPS, for XO GPS. Especially when hurricane come, I know them all like have a light this. So me I advertise. Me no business with everyone, so me I advertise it on the radio station. Because I think say it's right very now, important. Very important.
I want 3 dozen of them.
All right. So you want 3 dozen right now?
Won't take 3 dozen now.
You can't pay me next week.
Right now, I take all 5 of them.
You can't pay me next week, you know. The next week you get paid. All right. You never know. So we say, brethren, give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time, give thanks to the energy. We're gone, you know, with this. I say, we want to play this for my brethren them and my sister in them. My Rasta brethren them and my Rasta sister in them who hold on strong over the years.
and you have an next day?
I refell breadfruit in the land of bread.